Welcome to the Drivers Project, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for another race companion at Eagle Raceway for the High Limit 55,000 to win race.
Damn it. You're all ready. You're getting ready for your interviews, huh?
We'll see. I didn't get a very good night's sleep. I don't know if I'll make it through the heats.
A lot of people are expecting you to bless America tonight.
I made sure that on my race car I put the TDP logo right next to an American flag.
Yeah, I think the track's going to fall off here.
So we should tell people we got Cameron Key basically taking his second lap right now on our screen. Close to it. It's hard to sync up. We're sorry.
Nah, I'm trying to get the chat going now.
That's honestly kind of the best part.
The chat's outstanding. So I'm trying to...
Brad Sweet, this is an interesting one because he was fastest in hot laps and he's going out way late, but I still feel like he'll be probably top 10.
I feel like this is a Brad Sweet night. This, the way the track is it's not your Eagle, California guy. It's your car's got to be good night. I feel like.
And you have to hit the grip. Right there off of 2, he hit it better than a lot.
And so him and Macedo were ripping in hot laps. And Macedo went 7th and Sweet went 4th. If I had to pick right now, I'd say Sweet. And then it's also worth noting, some people probably realize this, but
4th.
Larson broke down in hot laps.
I saw that. So
they didn't look like they were.
Did they say what it was or anything?
No, they had the drone over it, but it did not look like they were scrambling at all.
See what Basin can do. He just ran about the same line, but that's the thing. Sweet got off of 2 so much better than anybody that's gone out recently with a good.
Yeah, now we're on to Flight B.
Okay, so thank God. To be the last guy in Flight A or the first guy in Flight B, I don't think people understand that either makes or breaks your night a lot of times.
Yeah,
that's such a huge you're hoping somebody else will pull in, offering people drive your spare car just to get another car in the pits.
Yeah. Now, when someone pulls, if there's a 90 pills and someone pulls a 44, they're just staring at everything else. They're just staring at that drawing the whole night.
Everybody you talk to, it's what'd you draw?
Oh, Mark's got based in there, so Mark's his quickest so far out of the 2 of them. Randall was pretty decent at the 10,000 to win show here at the end of the year last year in the 360. He ought to be pretty decent. And I think he had speed at Huset's.
I was just going to say he was really strong at Huset's. I didn't actually see the race, but him and Ryan Timms had a pretty good battle from what I understand.
Apparently those kids are getting pretty decent.
Yeah, they're good.
Top of the board.
Yeah, you're about a half a lap ahead of me. I don't know if I like that, Daryl.
I don't know what to tell you, big guy. I love Anthony Macri. I love that he will show up in Nebraska.
He races everywhere. He's so awesome. He's actually kind of been struggling a little bit for his standards, but it's so badass how much he travels.
He didn't struggle on his opening qualifying lap.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember how to get the chat going on
it's
here.
Who's getting off of 2 and down the backstretch without getting up into that slick with their right rear. It looks to me like, yep, even better second lap. Badass. The unit of largeness.
I wish the adequate unit was on tonight.
I do too. Whoa. That was a wild first lap.
Yeah, I'm busy trying to get all our chat and stuff set up.
He had the most exciting first lap for sure. I think it kind of killed his second lap too because he didn't get off of 4. He was wheeling and had to lift, and that was a bad deal for him.
Old Jason Martin hometown race, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Liberal Kansas, but living in Nebraska now.
I was going to say he's definitely out of Nebraska these days, right? He's getting through the hole nice. Like he's hitting it pointed straight down the hill and just jumping down it.
Here we
Man,
go.
look how close these guys are. It's so awesome.
Yeah. This
Graham,
is one of few people thought, this is a combination of few people thought would happen is Throm and the 2KS team.
I like that kid, man. The Throminator.
Never met him, but raced against him a lot.
He's so nice. Their whole family, they're extremely nice people. Honestly, he's a young kid that stands on the gas. Like I feel like that could be a pretty good fit. Tyler Courtney. I don't know if you saw Daryl. I almost cost him a win this weekend.
No, I didn't see
Oh,
actually.
me either, but everybody else tells me it was a bad deal. I was just down there just fighting my own battles, running the bottom and got all swallowed up on the berm and it spit me back out on the track right in front of him. And I guess like it was like Corey Day lost by like that much and it was all because Courtney got bottled up. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's like these idiot lap cars in front of me. I'm like, yeah, that was me. I was the idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank God.
Like somebody's like, man, does that offend you? I'm like, no, he's dead on, dude. I'd be irritated too. I looked like a dumbass. Bad day. But he won the race, so he can't actually, uh, according to race law, be mad at me.
Here comes Tim's. He might never lose again.
Cy Lynch, I feel like he used to be the best qualifier that I knew. He's just
He
been
was
struggling a
pretty
little bit.
outstanding at qualifying for it's traveling, dude.
It is,
When
but like, so the reason I say that, like, right there, I know he hasn't been to Eagle much, and I'm not hating on him at all. But like at Knoxville this weekend, I was kind of expecting him to be one of the guys that came down and qualified like really good because at the Cappy he's qualified good. I mean, dude, size excellent qualifying. I mean, he's a good race car driver all the way around, but qualifying was always his strong suit. But yeah, traveling, you don't come to Knoxville probably with your stuff in order like you would if you were just coming out here to make a run at
yeah,
the
like
Cappy in the
like
Nationals.
so many of those people, I think they have a huge advantage. Like they show up and like they're bringing like their best motor, and it seems like so many teams have like one motor that's just elite, and then the
Yeah,
rest are kind of a little off. And I feel like, especially with Cy, like he had Boffman's help back then, but I think he still has Boffman's help a little bit at least.
right.
But
I think so. It seems that
they
way.
get to run like 20 nights on like a killer motor. Like he was killer at the King's Royal time trialing. I remember we were on the prelim front row with him one year at the Knoxville Nationals. Yeah, like
So, do you want me to share this somewhere?
yeah,
Like,
share away, let her
have you made a
rip.
post that I can share?
I haven't really made a post. I've just
I don't know what to share,
like
Daryl.
if
I'm
you
not
go on, just be like, hey, we're live if you want to join us.
on X. I
Yeah,
haven't been on
live on
that.
X,
Haven't been on
YouTube.
that all week.
Yeah. Here's Kofoid.
I'm more of a
Kofoid,
Facebook guy.
Kofoid, I low key think can do some damage tonight. I'd feel a little better if it was more a California style track. Then I think he'd be like a heads up favorite. But
I think he's going to be a contender to win all night because he wants redemption because he plowed into the wall here last year. I think something broke or something. I don't remember, but he definitely had a bad crash here last year at this race. He's fast, dude.
oh, kid can rip. Second
So
quick
fast.
overall.
Don't he?
Got
I
the
like
big unit.
I like the star in his number.
Donny.
Yep.
This kid's pretty inconsistent. Some nights I've seen him be really, really good, and some
He's
nights I've
young.
just seen him be blah, and I just don't know what to make of him yet.
I think he's got a lot of like raw talent because he comes from non-wing and he's real young. But yeah, like you said, he's fast. Like the times he is fast, he's really fast.
I'm not sure if this is a Brady track, a Brady style track. If this is a place where he's really going to excel, I feel like he's always good on short tracks, but I feel like he's better on stop and start than.
Man, I just feel like the more he races, they're all going to be Brady style tracks. Like he's pretty good, but to your point, Daryl, he qualified 14th on my screen.
Yeah, I just feel like
Like
stop and start is really his deal.
He's really talented. Who's the old 7-4 here?
I don't know.
Looks like an old Danny Lasowski style paint job on the hood.
Yeah, we're thinking 01 Home Depot, pre-home.
JD
Yeah, Home Depot
Byrider.
day. Yeah. Even before JD Byrider, like that when he would show up in Florida with like the orange and white car.
That sounds like a track we'd race at where you live, Daryl. His name.
I
Merritt.
feel like this is a Tasker Phillips style paint job too. Like we got all the right colors there.
Kinda, but Tasker it looks pretty good this year. The old
Yeah.
Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah. And here's Ayrton Jeniton. Oh, sorry, Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson, sorry.
They're buds.
Yeah, I think Ayrton's really happy with him. Like he
it gives us something to watch during the week, you know.
He's dragging it out a little.
When Scott doesn't, or whenever Sam doesn't fight anybody during the week, we got to have something else to talk about. Dude, good lap by Williamson. Real good.
Yeah, he's like you're talking about good qualifiers. Good, he's a qualifier.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep
and
getting
now we're at
racing.
And now we're at a guy who does not tend to qualify well,
but races like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, like any night he qualifies well, it's like uh-oh.
he's in the dash.
And have fun with them, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's sponsored by a novel, which is cool. Yeah. We talked about this last time. Made me happy.
And I think Reitzel could rip tonight. He was decent in hot laps, like 5th quick overall. But yeah, I just feel like this is right up his alley.
I wish Zet would come on and talk to us about, you know, looking up old Sam's sponsor again, see if he ever found it 2 months later.
Didn't we get an answer to that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we did. We got an answer to it. Reitzel's first lap was terrible, but then he went 6th. Here we go.
Made the adjustment. They fixed this thing, huh?
Yep. Looks like they damaged the right front sideboard, though, while they were working on it.
Yeah, something's up with it. That's wild looking.
They think they talked to the Tarletons a bit too much. The good things are not happening there.
It also says Alba on that sideboard, which means I'm basically
your teammates. You two are tight.
I'm third cousin teammates with Kyle Larson.
Yeah, he's probably going to call you for setup tips.
Like whenever all my other family members have kids and grandkids and stuff, I'm going to tell them about back in my day when I was teammates with Kyle. It was hard to beat him.
It's weird seeing Jack Dover not in this.
I was just going to say, is this Jack Dover? Who is it? Brant O'Banion?
Yes, yeah. I believe so.
It has been all year at Huset's. But Jack Dover is here.
Oh, he's here. Dover's one whose career I thought would go better. Like, I've always thought he was a legit driver. I always thought he did a good job. I never really watched him and thought, like...
Yeah,
he's really making a lot of mistakes. He won some pretty big races.
Right,
like
he was always good. I think he's...
just never got that elite chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Whoa, Sam's here. Wearing a hat.
What's up, Daryl? What's up, JJ?
What kind of hat is that, dog?
State of Texas, son.
Oh, geez. Just straight up Texas.
Yeah. I forgot my Ontario
God bless America.
Yeah. I forgot my Ontario hat today.
God bless America.
What about Canada? You guys have any thoughts on Canada?
Not really.
Is qualifying over?
Yeah, it's over.
Hopefully God will bless them too, Daryl.
Thank you.
Yes, qualifying is over.
Brenham Crouch ripping a lap. He was exceptionally good at Knoxville this weekend too. Ran 6th or 7th against like a 40-car field.
Yeah, so Sam, probably the biggest news is Larson dropped out of hot laps and then didn't have a great first lap and wasn't able to finish the second lap, so he's buried.
Yeah, tonight. Which I think will make the race really badass because we all know how good he is at that place. And
I think they said he's won the last 4 races.
Yeah, there. And Rico had a bad go of it too, and he'll be buried a little bit as well. So that should make a really good show out of this race. The place already puts on an awesome show, and then you move them guys back a little bit and going to have one of the best shows probably you'll ever see at a place like this, I would imagine.
That should be pretty good.
Now that Sam's on to talk, I can go on Facebook here and share this shit up, Daryl, so we get some followers.
Hell yeah.
Share it up. How many followers do we have, Daryl?
X. There's
I haven't even looked yet.
I just looked. It took me to our show. 122.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't normally look this early.
It's better than 120.
Where do you? Oh, I see 114. I got you.
Yeah, I think Kofoid's.
Go ahead.
I think Kofoid's going to be a lot to handle tonight, and I think Sweet's going to be a lot to handle tonight. And Macedo, I would say Carson Macedo, but I think he's just a little too buried.
Well, but not with this format. Is he going to start in the third row of his heat?
I'm looking it up right now.
Because if he starts in the first row of his heat, he's going to be.
He's got Gio, Selzy, and Pursley. Who Pursley's been fast all night. Pursley's outside
Pursley's
front
been
row.
Fast for
I think. Now. But the one thing that I would say is, a lot of people could argue this, but Macedo is probably one of the best starters of a race I've ever seen in my life. Like he can start a race probably about as good as anybody. So I could see Macedo maybe challenging. I thought Gio's car looked exceptionally well too. I was pretty excited about what his car looked like, especially off the exit of 4. I've been watching cars, and I feel like I can see a guy coming off of 4, and the guys that get off of 4 really good are the faster guys, it looks like. And I think, I don't know. I think Gio's car looked really good coming off of 4.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the links out there to everybody.
Corey Day will be exciting to watch in the second heat. That first heat's stacked.
Where does he start? Do they have?
Yeah, that first heat's unbelievable.
Yeah, the first heat is unbelievable.
Yeah. Look at the first heat. You got Gio, Pursley, Macedo, Crouch, Kane, Peck, Rico, Caleb Johnson, Cam Martin, Tyler Drucke.
It's a really good first heat. Second heat's not quite as good as the first heat.
What we got in heat 2?
Sweet and Madsen, Brian Brown, Corey Day, Cole Macedo, Kobe Workmeister, Landon Crawley, Danny Sams, Jai Corbett, Cameron Key, and Jonathan Hughes.
Heat 3's pretty decent. You got Courtney Macri, Randall, Carl, Timms, Brady, Thorson, Dover, Doney, Drouд, Merritt.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid heat.
And heat 4.
Turns out there's a bunch of good guys.
Williamson, Reitzel, Marks, Kofoid, Baston, Jason Martin, Christopher Throm, Cy Lynch, Kyle Larson, Brando Banyan.
I honestly feel
have fun, Brando Banyan. Let me know how.
I honestly feel like if there's a heat where somebody's going to have some hurt feelings, it's heat 4. Definitely heat 4. And not just because Larson's coming from the back, but you also got like some serious guys up front too. So it's that's gonna be a hell of a heat.
I'm looking at what is it, heat 2? I'm curious how Sweet and Madsen, like if the top takes off on the start there.
I don't think it will. I think the bottom of 1 and 2 is really good. And I think starting on the bottom at that place off of 4, because I mean, I don't know how long it's been since you've been there. I was there last year. But the exit off the top of 4 is not as good as it used to be. Like, it's not as banked off of 4. So I think, like a start would err on the side of the bottom row, just because I feel like nobody can get all the way down off the bottom of 4 in race trim. Like when they're qualifying, nobody can really get down that low because you're carrying so much speed. So I think that leaves a really good bottom for the bottom lane to really take off in. So I think the bottom row should win every start. Now 1 and 2, I think 1 and 2 is going to be 50-50. I think obviously the bottom was the place to be in qualifying, but if you watch every race here in the history, it seems like the top is the place to be in 1 and 2. So I could see the top coming in pretty quick over there.
Hey Sam, Komodo wants you to know that was a badass race on Saturday.
Yeah, it was probably one of the funnest races I've ever been in. It was really neat to have a track like that actually gave you options. It was, I mean, guys could float the middle. You could, obviously the top was the place to be, I would think, like at the chosen line, but with lap traffic and everything, I mean, that track presented you 3 different lines that you could run in any corner. Obviously the top was the better line, but the bottom was good enough and the middle was good enough to where you could make something happen if you had to. And honestly, that's what made that race so great. I mean, to be able to have 3 options, and then when you get to the traffic, and you got 3 guys all going for the same real estate, I was just, honestly, I felt like every guy in that situation respected guys more than most guys would, and I was figuring somebody was eventually going to do something. You trade sliders or bombs, whatever you want to call it, for 5-10 laps in a row. Yeah, you eventually think someone's going to, okay, man, I got to close the door here. I got to go. But nobody ever really did, and I was shocked that nobody ever did. But at the same time, pleased to know that the racing like that still exists.
Yeah, it was. I like you always hear like races say like, or you always hear series say like a race is badass, and it was like this time it actually lived up to what they were saying.
Yeah, to go back and watch it, I watched it a couple times just to, I think a lot of racers do that. Watch, like, okay, did your strategy work for you when you went this way? Did this, like, what could have I done different to maybe get through it quicker and not battle for so long, or whatever the case? And I mean, man, I thought Blake was, I don't know. I mean, I know we pulled away at the end really good, but when we had that last restart, but I really thought Blake had such a maneuverable car that it would have been hard for me to get by him if things didn't play out my way. But I also felt like they did play out my way, and I felt like I picked a lot of good spots to put my car in, and but also I gave up a lot of stuff too. But I definitely thought, going back and looking at it, I thought Blake was definitely the car to beat for sure.
Yeah. So Michael's predicting Sweet, Reitzel, Macedo top 3. It's not a terrible
Who's picking
top
this?
3 to choose. This guy on our chat, Michael. I think he's JJ's buddy. If I'm
He's
not
picking
mistaken.
what?
I think so. It's hard to tell who these people are. Like, I can't see a tiny, tiny little square with.
Yeah,
I can't even see.
He's picking Sweet, Reitzel, Macedo.
That's solid. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of those guys. I think where they start. I mean, Sweet's obviously in a primo spot. Reitzel's got a good chance there. I mean, I just can't wait to watch these heats with Rico and Larson in the back of them. I think they're going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, if you're a cameraman, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the director trying to pick what to watch.
I think there should be an option on every live stream of just a drone above the track that you can just watch the whole track all the time.
I figure that's coming one day.
Like, I would hate to be.
If your car's running in the back, you just watch it back there.
Like in Heat 1,
well,
I would hate to be Brenham Crouch quick time.
It's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you might get knocked out.
because you got,
and there's no guarantee.
Yeah, you've got Peck behind you. You got Kane. If Kane hits the bottom really good and the bottom's place to be, and then Rico's right there, like that's tough, man. That'd be a hard spot to be in.
Is it take
5?
Take 5 or
take 5.
Yeah, and you got 7 like elite cars.
Like, I think Sweet, waxes everybody in Heat 2. I really do think that. His car rotated the middle of 1 and 2 probably better than anybody's car I saw. I thought that was impressive.
I agree with that. The way he could get down the backstretch in the moisture instead of up through the
right
slick was
Tyson says Larson's going to win. I feel like he hasn't seen what's happened to Larson, or he doesn't understand the reality of what's happened to Larson.
Daryl, I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's a bad pick. I really don't.
I think tonight is too much of a setup track. Like, I think a guy can just have I think one of those guys can have a good car.
Dude, you're shitting on Paul Silva right now like this?
Have you watched him race this racetrack?
I've watched him race. He's won the last 4.
Do you remember when he drove a team car to Saldana?
What was the track like? Was it slick like this? Like it's going to
this is going to build This is going to build a massive top. It is going to build a massive top. Is it not going to build a massive top, JJ?
Right now, I'm taking Brad Sweet versus the world.
I mean, Brad Sweet's a good pick, but Daryl, they still have to draw on the dash.
I don't think you could ever say picking Larson is a bad pick.
So he has Macedo.
I don't ever think Larson's a bad pick. I just think the reality of this field and the way the track is,
I get it.
Takes away a lot of the advantages Larson has.
He went from like plus 200 to plus 800.
I can say this. I truly think Larson will make it from 9th to 5th, no problem in his heat race. Beyond that, I mean, he's got such a... Like, with Reitzel and Kofoid on the outside line,
this is what I'm
they're
saying.
Going to get
going.
Look at Daryl plus 212. The odds are on the screen. I wasn't far off, man.
Yeah, it's like it's like.
So could you bet this now? You can bet now.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm a Canadian. We can't bet.
I don't know, Sam. Honestly, but that Buddy Kofoid and Corey Day are pretty good odds. Right? Same with
the Kofoid. I would take that all day long. This is a good type of track for Kofoid.
Yeah, I've said earlier, I feel like Kofoid and Sweet, they're my guys tonight.
And I don't know why they don't have Reitzel on the betting odds. Like,
if for the record, after we roasted Daryl, Tyson said he did not know what was going on with Larson because he just got off work.
Yeah, but still,
so
dude.
But he still has a shot, Tyson. You're not out of the game.
No. Daryl's just over here being extra.
How am I being extra?
Extra Canadian. Michael says, extra Canadian.
No, it's like when you're a degenerate gambler and you bet on a UFC fight and you're trying to pick the pathways to victory. What is Kyle Larson's pathway to victory tonight? What does he have to do to win?
He's won from 21st at Peevely.
55 laps.
Doesn't matter. What's this going to be, 40?
55 laps and an easier track for him to be him than tonight will be.
I'm telling you, it's going to get around the top and it's going to get stupid and he's going to be badass.
I still think he's going to be badass. I think he's going to be badass. I just think the path,
look, Daryl, let's watch a preview of what he's going to do.
Watch a preview of what he looks like at this racetrack.
Yeah.
This is what we call foreshadowing.
Yeah. So, like, you talk about like what he can do.
It's going to
be talk about like the top 5. You think he can get to 5th to the heat? Okay, well now where's he starting the aim?
Right,
that's what
realistically,
right where he needs to be.
Realistically, your pathway to winning the race is like he's got to get to 3rd. In my opinion, he's got to get to 3rd.
You don't think he can?
And then I think he can. I just don't think he will. And if he gets to 3rd, then it's like I'll shut the hell up. Like. Yeah, he can win.
Well, we'll just wait until he gets to 3rd, and then you'll shut up. Okay, cool. We got all the way to Heat 4 for him to figure that out.
It's a long ways for him to get up into the top 5.
Like I say, when I'm asking your pathway, your guy's pathway is like he goes 9th to 2nd in the heat.
No, he goes 9th. He goes 9th to 4th, starts like 17th or 18th in the feature, goes 18th to probably 8th in the first 5 to 10 laps, and then methodically just rips the field apart the next 30
there you
laps,
go.
Daryl.
That's exactly how I would draw
pathway,
it up.
But that's how it will happen if that's how it goes. But
that's what I'm saying. You have to say a path.
Okay.
It's going to be extremely hard for him to just drive up into the top 5. Like this place, there's
let me ask you guys.
Cars are so quality, man.
Let me ask you another question. Let me look at the heat again.
But he usually does.
Which heat is Larson in? Okay, if you had to make odds,
I love
what
odds.
are the odds he doesn't make it out of the heat?
That he doesn't make it? 10%.
The guys he's got to beat are Garrett Williamson, Aaron Reitzel, Brent Marks, Buddy Kofoid,
You said
Spencer
to make it
Basin,
out
all
of the
starting
heat.
in transfers.
He's
Those are the guys starting in the transfer
to get
spot.
out of the heat, he only has to beat
What heat
fourth
is that?
heat. He only has to beat
He only has to beat
one
of
of
them,
those guys you mentioned.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you don't think that's doable?
No, I'm saying it is, but what are the odds? Like, what would you?
I said 10%. 10% chance he doesn't make it out of the heat. That's what I'm saying.
What are yours?
I'm trying to find this heat here. Heat
Williamson, Reitzel, Marks, Kofoid. I already say he's
You're
not
talking
getting
about
any of those
Larson
spots.
getting out of the heat or Rico?
Yeah, Larson.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rico this whole time. Oh,
It's
Larson?
pretty much, in my opinion, and I think you guys will agree, it's down to Baston. Like
I would say that there's probably like a 75% chance Larson gets out of the heat.
It really depends Reitzel, if they have a caution.
Yeah. Like Williamson, Reitzel, Marks, Kofoid, I think we can all agree are getting out of this heat.
Yeah, the first two rows.
Yeah.
But and then after that, man,
then it comes down, does he get Baston? And I think he can. Like, I think it's more likely he does than doesn't.
I mean, it just, like Sam said, like if they get really spread out and there's no yellow, he might be in trouble. But dude, he always makes it happen. Like on paper, it shouldn't happen and the odds should be against him. But when you've seen him make it happen every time, it's like, he's probably going to make it happen.
I am worried about it taking rubber on the top too.
Like watching this video back?
Because it did the same thing when I raced that 360 race there. Like it looked really good. It was going to race really nice. And then it did this. Like 10, 12 to go, something like that.
Is that race is a national show this year, isn't it,
that's what they have on the schedule.
That's cool. I don't really like the way that you said that, but
I'm
glad it's a national show.
Yeah, I mean, I asked the guy last year, or I've asked like several, and I think the guy that puts it on, I think he was interested in doing a national show, making it a national show. The purse was already there, so they didn't really have to do anything there, and I think it's a good situation for them. It's like I told him, I said, man, you'd probably pick up 10 more cars than what you had last year, and I think you're going to get dirt vision. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which is cool to me. Like for that race, it's a big race already. And then you add that TV to it. Like, I think that could be a big staple for years to come. Like, and it's one of them deals. Like, I know it's already the Alley Memorial deal, but I think it's going to be it's going to get bigger because of dirt vision and people being able to watch it on a Sunday. There's not a lot going on a Sunday in September right there. So I think it'll be huge.
I agree.
Jesse says before Larson can do any of this, Larson's car actually needs to work.
Yeah,
and then
and I wouldn't give them shit because they usually have their car working pretty good all the time. So I think they'll get it figured out and
decent track.
I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. And then Devo says he forgot about the 24 and the 83. Shelly also says it depends if Larson's car will hold out too.
Yeah, so I didn't have volume on when he was qualifying. So we didn't either. So he didn't make a second lap because car didn't run.
Slowed to a stop.
Okay, well that's weird. So then maybe on his qualifying lap there was already a problem because he only ran like an 11.9.
I think there
was. He ran
11.98. Yeah, he looks slow.
You know what caught me off guard in qualifying. You start watching these guys and you think, man, a guy goes out early, he's going to have the advantage, and I truly think they did. The earlier guys, but it didn't. The track really, I'm not going to say it didn't fall off, but it didn't fall off as much as I thought it would.
Yeah, Before you got on, I said I thought the track was going to fall off pretty
So
hard.
I think they did a really good job on prep of it because, like, Sweet was the last car out in his set. I thought that was impressive to put down the lap that he did.
Yeah. Joe says his picks to win are JJ, Dom, and then Sam, top 3.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah, for sure.
Who's Joe?
I'm assuming it could only be Joe Gertie. Is my only assumption. Is
I'm sure
big
on
fan
here
of the pod.
watching this. Yeah,
Big fan.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Joe is so low key a fan.
Is he? That's awesome.
Joe,
of the podcast?
He'll be like, I don't have Twitter or any of that crap. I don't have this. And then he'll like quote something, and I'll be like, Joe, that was on the podcast.
Doesn't mean he
you
can't
didn't listen to the podcast.
Just because he doesn't do Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff doesn't mean his.
No, and then you call him out on it, and he'll be like, well, I might have heard that one.
Yeah, because you work with him every weekend, so you shove it down his throat all the time. Yeah, did you listen to our podcast?
Well, it's like Connor Wade. This is cool as hell. We were at Oshweekend, and Connor Wade came up on his 4-wheeler, and he's like, dude, I love your podcast. And I'm like, Joe, come here, listen to what this person has to say.
So you know what people came up to me and said over the last 2 weeks, probably half dozen times at least? Are you running the Gasm tonight?
Yeah, I had a bunch of gasm comments.
I was sitting in the car one time and like one of the track officials said it to me, and I just sat there and just started shaking.
I had a bunch of people asking if Dylan was running the Gasm.
Yeah, speaking of the Gasm, where's the guy that invented the Gasm? Where's he at?
Yeah, where is he?
He said he was going to be on. He said it wasn't going to be much of an issue.
Well, it seems to be a little bit of an issue.
To his credit, we spent about 2 hours today interviewing people for a preview for the Dirt Cup, and it was pretty cool. Like we had
we probably need to do it properly. The Super Dirt Cup,
the Jim Raper Memorial Super Dirt Cup. Daryl,
he's so not a raper.
But it's actually his last name. So
I know, I'm being a dickhead.
Straight to hell again. You have one of these moments every show. It's okay.
Yeah, I haven't even talked about Bloomquist.
Don't talk about Bloomquist.
We're not going to. But
Felt like you just did.
Yeah, you just did.
Yeah, we interviewed Steve Kent today, Brent Kading, Robbie Price, and Shane Stewart, all for like little 5 to 10, 20-minute little videos to pump up the Dirt Cup.
That's cool.
So those should be pretty good. So I'll go easy on Dom today because he actually set all of that up. I didn't have anything to do with it.
That's good.
He's been working.
He's on it.
In the TDP office.
Yeah. He races tomorrow, doesn't he?
The phones.
Doesn't he race tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
We look like we actually might race Friday now. The weather's clearing up.
Where's that?
Creek County, Creekadega.
Yeah. The old battle bar's out.
Yeah, I needed them earlier this year. That's for damn sure.
That's right. That was at Creek. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Such a cool place to race when they have that place right.
Yeah, I feel like it's an underrated track. Like I feel like everyone in the South knows about Creekadega, but I don't feel like nationally it's as known as it should be.
And I think it will get better because, like, you know, Creek went through some years where I want to say the track was like, it just sometimes wasn't prepped consistently good. And man, the last 2 or 3 times we've been there, it's been phenomenal. And, you know, with Matt Ward kind of taking over the reins there, the facility's so much nicer, the lighting's nicer. I really feel like they've got a pretty good hold on things right now, and that place can produce some really damn good racing. Like the last race we were there, the Fall Fleeing, the end of the year last year, that was a beautiful racetrack.
It is a cool place. It's like the Midwest version of Placerville.
I mean,
that's probably the best. I mean, just little tiny like 7.0 type of gear. Most places that are 7.0 gears like get referred to as big time shitholes, but both those places seem to race good all the time.
No, it's been, you know, like for.
I mean, not all.
Well, but I'm saying for years, everybody would
Doesn't
consider
a
it,
railroad track
people
down the
would
back?
consider it a shithole, but it's like one of those good shitholes to go race at, like,
Yeah.
and now what
shithole.
they've done, like revamping a lot of stuff.
You guys might need to explain that to people. What a good shithole
Well, I'm just saying,
and a bad shithole
now
is.
with the revamping of the facility, like it's a nice place. The track's always been fun to race on. Like, we talk about when we talk about a shithole, like it doesn't mean the whole place is a dump. It basically means like it's a tiny racetrack and potentially could produce good racing, and that's what it does. Like it's now, trust me, there's shitholes that I don't like, but this place, I would classify it as a good shithole.
Yeah.
If there is a definition for that.
But he's making it nicer than that.
Yeah, well, it's not like
it's just getting to be a pretty cool.
It's a good facility. Track. Like it's set up right for the fans. Like it's.
Did they make the pits larger? Like,
well, they changed. They did change a lot of stuff. It looks a lot better. A lot better. They've done a lot to it.
It's badass.
So Gary wants to know what we think of gravel not being blended in when he clearly brought out a yellow. I was at my cottage cabin.
Didn't see it.
I couldn't stream anything. I did not see it. JJ, did you see it?
No, I saw a highlight video of it. Like it looked like the 12X.
What'd you see? Like
12X was pulling in the pits and gravel, like he was pulling in and gravel got up against him. Gravel spun out, went into the infield. Probably a couple cars went by him. I just saw it as a video with no real context. Then I heard it was a big deal later, but then he went back out on the track. Like he spun through the infield, kept going, went back out on the track. They threw the yellow, and I guess they didn't merge him. They gave him a spot back, which is, I would say that's probably the wrong.
Yeah, that is definitely not right. If that is what happened, I don't have it. Obviously,
exactly.
I can't speak on it without seeing it, but I don't. And to
world is in orange.
This is what I will say. I don't think the Outlaws play favoritism. If that's the question that's truly being answered, I don't feel like they do.
Probably be better for them.
Sometimes they just make mistakes,
and not help gravel out if they were going to do anything. Like if you're looking for ratings and shit like that, having one guy dominate your series and catering to him is probably the last. That wouldn't be.
I don't think they would.
I don't think it was that either, but it was.
I don't think they would intentionally.
If that's how it went.
I don't think they would intentionally do that. Like I don't think they would intentionally say, "Oh, let's just help gravel out right now." I don't think it serves them any good to do that at all.
Let's make our points battle worse.
Hey, Daryl, can you read Blake's comment there?
Dom will be here soon. Word through the grapevine is it is Gasm R&D night.
Makes sense.
Where are these posted at so I can read these things?
You got to click so the bottom right of the screen it says chat.
I got you.
You go up to the top right after that, and you can push live stream chat.
I feel like Joe Gertie right now.
Can we? Can we talk about how good the racing was this week? I was saying to JJ, this is the best
all
week.
Racing, so you know about it all more than we do.
Yeah, but some of it was midweek stuff, like
right. I did see
Pennsylvania
a race. That was fantastic.
Pennsylvania's races were fantastic by all description, like Lincoln and.
Hey, how do you scroll
Williams
up
Grove
on this thing?
On the very right, there should be a.
I ain't got that.
Yeah, go just right of the word box, like just to the right of it.
Master, who I assume is Master Gasser, based on the tiny photo, basically said Cameron Key was pulling to the infield. Gravel hit him and spun him into the infield. The Outlaws threw the yellow and said it was for Key and gave Gravel his spot back. I guess my obvious question is, isn't it just like if Gravel spun, you give him a spot back if he kept going?
I guess you would just put him behind a couple of cars that passed him or whatever. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And if they were already throwing the yellow for Key, then so be it. But it seemed to me like Key was just going to pull into the infield and wasn't going to get a yellow if Gravel didn't hit him and spin out. But I don't.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind what they did. Honestly, I think it's okay.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. I mean, it's pretty goddamn unfortunate to get hit by a guy pulling into the to run into a car that's just kind of given up on the racetrack like that. That's giving him his spot back there. It's not like he deserved to go to the, he didn't just drive into the side of Cameron Key, spin out and get his spot back. Like he drove into a car that was 15 mile an hour off the pace.
I figured it out, JJ.
Okay.
I got it now.
Okay. So we got, We got the Heat 1 lineup.
Oh, here we go, boys.
You guys were asking it earlier, and I kind of
Rico.
got us away from it. What's Rico going to do here, fellas?
He's going to run fourth. I don't know. No, he's going to run fifth.
It all just depends on how the top row rolls on the start. Like both Crouch
Yeah,
and
we'll
Horsley
know.
are going to be badass and clean air, but if
We're going to know a lot.
they're going to be good.
We're going to know a lot when we see the first takeoff of the first heat. That'll give us a lot.
I think the bottom's going for sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Bottom's going for sure.
But
it looks.
It's not.
I'm looking
thick. Like if they get up out of 2, if they like slide up at all, the top's going to roll by them. Like,
yeah, but I'm looking at the drone though.
Guys could rotate off.
Yeah, but these
I'm looking
guys
at the drone
on the bottom,
though, and it looks like that.
I don't know if you know, Gio Selzy and Carson Macedo are missing the bottom.
They're all hitting it. And honestly, Kane's really good at running the bottom too. Like he gets down and gets her stuck.
I'm looking at the drone footage, and it looks like they might have worked the track too.
Well, I'm sure they did something.
Like, it looks really dark.
Yeah, and then that also changes my Larson prediction, possibly.
Oh, geez, you're already locked into that, Daryl. Heat 1's on the track.
Fine, I'll live with it. I'll go with it. I'll roll with it.
So what are you rolling with, Daryl?
Yeah, he's got Larson running outside the top 5 in the A main, and we have him running.
I did not say that.
What did you say?
I said he was not winning tonight. That he wasn't winning tonight.
What a long shot, Daryl. 1 out of 43 guys, man. He's not winning tonight.
You were sitting there telling me how wrong I was.
I think he's got a good shot at it.
Up fast.
What did I tell you about the bottom? What did I tell you about the bottom? You gotta.
I guess you guys are ahead of me.
You gotta listen.
Evidently, the bottom row rolled, dude.
They're pounding the bottom right here. Oh, here comes Peck.
Wow, Peck. I think me and Sam are.
Yeah, I think we're right on. That's awesome. That never happens.
I think Rico's. That puts Rico in
Peck
trouble.
Peck is rolling.
Yeah,
Peck is rolling.
Rico is in trouble.
Yeah, Rico's like pinned to the bottom, and Peck got a really good start on the top, and he's already up to third. That's badass.
Yeah, Rico's
Peck
headed to the B main right now, Daryl.
Yeah. Without even gaining a spot.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Like right now he's 7th.
Curious as to when the top's going to be when it moves. You know what I'm saying? The track. Because it's going to move.
Looks like they made the bottom pretty juicy for a while here.
Yeah, I think they must have worked the bottom of 3 and 4 because it looks really good in 3 and 4. I don't think they did much to 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, look at it.
I think they did both sides.
You think so?
They did the top and
I think
both sides,
because
they were showing that drone and it was like real heavy dark on both sides, top and bottom, with just a little strip in the middle.
Yeah, Rico's in trouble. He's B main bandit after this.
Did Gio win this race last year?
What's that?
Did Gio win this race last year? Was he in contention?
No, Larson won it last year.
This is a good track for Gio.
Macedo led a lot.
This is a really good track for Gio. And I'll tell you why. He does the same thing Larson does going into 3. Well, the race is over, but if you watch his hands going into 3, both him and Larson look exactly the same on the hands and the attitude of the car. Like it's like they are so calm going into 3, and most other guys are like turning hard wheel, like and he looks about the same as Larson going into 3. Like it's slowed down for him or something.
Yeah. So Rico, not even close.
We thought he was gonna, I thought he was going to get 4th or 5th.
We said he was going to run 4th. Yeah.
Master Gassers is saying Gio went 17th to 3rd 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think that I remember this being a good place for him.
Where do you see that?
In the chat, JJ.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm stuck up there now. Okay, we got Michael. Key was the cause of the yellow. Quit looking for drama. See, whatever. Sam's win was my fave. Lincoln was better because no caution.
Yeah, you're way behind.
Yeah,
I don't feel like you read all these, did you?
He said
I didn't read them all.
Last one was Gio had an iconic interview after finishing 3rd in 2020. I wish. Will you tell us what the interview said? Because I'm curious. Very curious.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all.
I don't either.
It's not like it's Selzy to have an iconic.
Yeah, never like that.
We talked about like
had that been Dom, he'd have straight faced. Yeah, our traction control kicked in good today. We put in the big motor.
Still, my favorite ones when he steals the mic from Chase Rodman and asks Tanner Holmes if he's really.
Are you related to Sherlock?
Oh, I lost it.
He's such an idiot. That was great. Peck is looking so much happier the last month or so. Like that thing's rolling.
Yeah, when they got the new Ford, that turned their game up a notch.
So the new one is like all the Shaver's design, according to what I've read. I don't know if that's true or not. Like everything, the newest one they have is like, I guess, was all in Ron's hands, and I think they're finishing that.
I'm looking at outside row 3 here. Kobe Workmeister. Can anyone tell me about him?
They said something about 305s earlier.
He's a badass in 305s, and it's his first year in a 410. And at Husets, he led a bunch of the race and ran in the top 5 the other night and like broke late, but seems to be pretty good.
So basically,
timed in good tonight.
He's got very, very little time in a 410.
So basically, he's transitioning really well.
Yes.
And like he ran a 6, like it wasn't a joke of a lap.
Yeah. It looked wild too. The thing was like smoking.
Thank you for the insight on the interview.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't remember it either.
I just.
That's pretty funny. Choosing life.
Never would have guessed that Eikenberry would put an Australian in the car. That was just shocking to me.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of
so
funny.
How is that guy?
And Justin went their separate ways and both hired Australians.
How is that guy done in Australia? Because I've never heard of him.
Honestly don't know. But
he's had
really good at Houston
he's had some speed.
He's been doing a pretty good job out here. I mean, I think he's been respectable for sure. Yeah, I don't know much about him from back home. I know like
I just think he doesn't bless America like you do, JJ.
No, I think all these heat races are going to be snooze fest.
JJ, you forgot to do the Justin Peck interview.
Oh yeah, we'll do it next time. We'll do it on this one. They're gonna interview Brian Brown on this one. He'll be really good at doing this one.
Heat races with Hickle.
That's right. I kind of forgot. I was watching Peck. Peck looked so happy, dude. I would have been like,
"Oh, here, this is Corey Days."
Oh boy, weird takeoff.
They're letting it go? Nope.
It was weird. Madsen, I bet you forced him to go, but then still.
Are they going to move Madsen back?
Probably.
Or what are they going to?
I bet they just do a complete restart because he didn't jump that bad.
Yeah, then why didn't they?
Oh, we got the chick magnet in the building.
Why didn't they just leave?
Josh Mann is here.
Why didn't they just leave it green then?
I don't know.
A cyber building with us. 55 jump, it sounds like they
No, they didn't call anything.
Restart. Complete restart.
The Workmeyer kid did not get a good takeoff.
What's up, Josh Mann? Oh, that wasn't good for Sam's either.
Well, what the hell happened?
I don't know.
Ran into somebody. Jeez.
Yeah, I think everybody forgets.
Oh, yeah. Probably, I would say Sam's got together with Crowley.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of...
But I don't understand how both nose wings are smashed.
That Workmeister just passed Macedo for 5th.
I bet I'm right. I bet Workmeyer's bad takeoff led them to run into each other.
Could be, but he's in 5th in the transfer.
Probably. Solid strategy.
Yeah. Let's see if it pays off.
It is so far.
Yeah, he's rolling.
Depleted behind him.
I think you're not going to get your Brian Brown interview if he makes it. I think we're going to learn about this guy. Think we're going to get
Workmeister?
That'd be cool. I feel like we should almost just shut the hell up and actually try to listen because I don't even know what he looks like.
Well, you're going to be talking,
yeah,
JJ.
You're going to be doing the interview, JJ.
Yeah, JJ. Right.
We haven't heard one of those in a while, so we're just waiting for it.
I didn't choose the heat races with Hickle Life. It chose me, Daryl.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh my God! How that thing?
He got freed up pretty quick.
Big time freed up. Man, the bottom is too fast.
Well, right it's going away in 2. I think it's about to move up to the top.
Oh, boy.
Perfect timing for Larson to come from 9th to 2nd.
Sam's in big trouble.
What happened there? Yeah.
Hopefully not a motor.
All right, get ready for your
smoke?
interview.
Yeah. I think we are right on who's getting interviewed.
It's got to be Workmeister.
Yeah. So we're gonna need you to nail this impression of a guy you've never seen.
You've never heard him
life.
talk in your life. Go ahead and
Don't even know what he looks like.
Make him sound good.
Yeah, make him sound
there
cool.
It is.
You get to
sound a lot like me. Oh, that car is badass looking.
Rex Winkle.
You're his ambassador.
Rex Winkle Concrete. There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, you're his ambassador, JJ. Time to represent him.
I'm looking at his sponsors, trying to learn about him.
You got to sound like Laporta. You got to sound like Laporta when you do the interview too.
No, I'm the driver, not the interviewer. I'm not gonna ask. What do you think there? Well, you know what? Oh, here we go. He's like, I'm just happy. My little bit of a poor takeoff on the start crushed a few guys' nose wings, allegedly by Daryl, and we're gonna put this beautiful looking race car into the A main here and see what we can do. Make 40 more laps of just learning. Probably my fourth 410 race ever, and obviously I'm pretty badass. I don't know. Are we allowed to cuss on here, Daryl, or no?
Well,
we're trying
to keep it to a minimum. It's hard for us.
The dude's in his like fifth ever 410 race. He made the High Limit.
Yeah, he just made a 2000 to start show. I mean, I'd be cussing too.
Bro. I bet you he thanked God too, just based on he had a lot of stickers on his car that would lead me to believe that. So instead of God bless America, praise Jesus on that one.
You're gonna praise Jesus. You're gonna toss the cross on that one.
Toss the cross on that one, baby. He's in the show. Good for him. Is Thorson gonna get in?
Yeah, no. Too many good guys.
That's it. That's a tough scene.
Yeah, there's just no room.
I was saying to JJ, I don't think you were on yet, Sam. Brady is a really good short track racer, but I feel like he's more of a stop and go guy than a momentum guy. I don't feel like this track plays as well into his.
Well, I feel like if he would have qualified better, I don't think it would. I think Brady's probably as versatile as any guy, to be honest. So, I don't think that's the fact. I mean, yes, is he better at tighter bull rings with tighter corners? For sure he is, but I just think he didn't qualify good. And if he'd have qualified better, he could run right up in the front of this race.
Josh Man says that JJ needs to cut off his sleeves like Tony Laporta did today.
Probably need to do about 400 more push-ups before.
Let those guns shine. Let them shine. Get that farmer's tan out and let those guns shine, JJ.
No farmer's tan here, Daryl.
Well, that's right.
That's why, look at the sun was out today.
You were probably in a sauna this morning.
I do go in the sauna often, but I didn't get to go today.
I
was actually
Zeb said, "God bless America, JJ."
Owners.
All right, here we go. We're going.
Why isn't he on here?
We are green. Is that what Chase Rodman does?
Yeah. Green off of 4, I think he
something
says.
Like that. Oh, Mac Daddy's about to win this heat race.
You're right. Top of 2. Top of 2's
telling you.
Here comes Larson's 9th to 2nd run.
I'm telling you, he's going to have some options. Thorson. He's trying. Thorson's in there.
Wow, yeah.
We underestimated him.
Thorson started up front at this race last year, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah, I just thought Tim's would.
Oh. That was a little aggressive.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a little aggressive.
Yeah, I just caught that.
I didn't know what else to say, but
that was hilarious. Yeah. I know. It's what else do you say? That was just funny.
Thorson's rolling right here. He must have heard you saying he wasn't going to make it.
Jesus.
He is flying.
Mother of God. Who had Thorson ripping through, but Rico starting where he finished?
Well, the track has changed quite a bit.
Compared to Heat 1. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he still might not make it.
Yeah, Tim's is ripping.
Oh, Tim's got a little sideways there. Yeah, Tim's is about to get a run. Yeah, there it comes. Oh!
Last lap.
That was not good.
Oh, man. How did that not...
I don't know, dude.
Front?
I don't know.
That'd be pole vaulting. Well, he held them off. Whatever that's worth.
I guess he did what he had to do. And
$1,000.
if I know Tanner like I've always known him, I don't think he's losing sleep over any of that.
No, he loved
No,
that.
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not even bitching about it.
None of it was that ridiculous. Besides, I mean, I don't think he was really trying to hit.
Yeah, I
Lincoln.
don't
It was
think
just
so
a
either.
close-
I think he was trying to
racing deal.
change lines pretty quick to get back to the top and just clipped him, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think going down and yelling at him is not going to be productive. Let's put it that way. He's not going to be like, man, you're right. I've seen the error in my ways and I will change.
I don't think there's a lot of guys that's going to work on, to be honest.
Swindell, I think, would listen and.
Oh,
Here we
yeah.
go.
Yeah. It's exactly who I was going to pick.
Anthony Macri is one of the low-key funniest people on the planet.
He is hilarious.
That no one knows is funny because in an interview he's even more guarded than Sam.
Yeah, he's not very talkative most of the time, but he's smiling.
And
now.
he's fast.
But if you like,
He's like, I've
But
been
if
to
you
about
like-
15 states this year. Life is good. I'm gonna eat with you tomorrow, Laporta. See?
Yeah, like-
see, they had a good laugh. Laporta's like, we're going to a buffet, and Macri starts cracking up, and some
And then
Chinese buffet is gonna lose their ass tomorrow.
and
Here comes the heat race we've all
And-
waited for, boys and girls.
This is the moment.
And it's pretty stacked
gonna get-
front five as well.
someone wrote Tyler wrote good for little Freddie on the heat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. You think they're going to watch Larson this whole race? Because I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah, probably.
What if there's
I'm-
an intense battle for third?
Well, I'm interested to see how this start goes because Williamson knows the top's better off.
Yeah, they
now.
should.
He's going to come across pretty
should.
hard. So, him
And
and Reitzel
Reitzel-
here, this could be entertaining.
I think the bottom's still going to go on the start on off of 4.
That's what I mean. Then it should be a pretty.
Yeah.
Like they're going to meet in the middle there. I mean, I think Larson will probably be able to cross him over and clear him off at 2. But
For the win, Larson will be
interesting
able
see
to.
how it goes.
Larson?
or Reitzel.
I was about to say, if Larson's getting that good of a start, this
No,
is definitely going to be
He's
exciting.
pretty good on starts.
He's not starting in the right spot to take advantage at the top, though, but I'm sure he'll handle that.
He'll clear Brandt off of 4 and then get to the top off of into 1, and Cy might not be pounding it. Martin might not be pounding it. He might be in a transfer on the first lap. We'll see.
No, he's not
What's
going to
the
get
over- under
I have
that he's
high
in?
hopes. I got high hopes for him, Daryl, if you can't tell.
Yes, the top has come in. It's there. It's there in 1 and 2 for sure.
Here we go.
My whole life is riding on this heat race.
Oh, come on. What do we got here? Oh, I figured he would do that.
You guys are ahead of me, you bastard.
Oh, boy.
You guys are ahead of me, you bastards.
I didn't.
Williamson
Yeah,
won
I
the-
didn't
won
even
the
watch
battle.
the front 2 guys because I was trying to see what Larson was doing.
It went how I thought it would, but Williamson beat him down the straightaway, but then Larson or Reitzel got
Yeah,
a run
Reitzel's
on.
rolling.
The guys who needed to get
Oh,
the
boy.
guys who needed to get away got away.
Big time left.
Yeah, Larson's only in 8th, 7th.
He's got 6 laps to get 2 guys. I wonder
We
if they'll
haven't
split
seen a
up.
caution.
We definitely don't want to watch Buddy
Oh,
Copeland
and here's
run
the
that kind of
caution.
Oh, hopefully it's not him.
It was just what he needed. What?
Martin spun out and kept going,
Did he?
I bet. I'm
And then they
guessing.
put Gravel back in line in 4th.
Yeah.
Jesse goes, Larson slipped Martin a few bills.
Solid analysis.
Yeah, he told Martin, hey, if I pass you in the heat, go ahead and spin, and then tag the tail. I don't think that happened, by the way. Larson, what have we got? 6 to go, so that it'll be a
He's going to have a good shot. He's going to get 1 on the restart. He's got to get 1 more. I don't know, though. We'll see. I don't know if the bottom of 2 is good enough to just go right under Cy here.
yeah. They're going to make something happen here. He got one.
He got Cy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's humping off a 4.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that entry speed.
Yeah,
was crazy.
he's Kyle Larson. What's he going to do here? All right, he might struggle getting by him. I figured he'd have a better run off of 4 than he did last time.
He chose the top this time.
Because Bason's rolling pretty nice.
Yeah, he's hammering the top.
Yeah, Larson knows it's over with now. He's tried to diamond off it too. I wonder what they said the problem was with the car earlier.
To the B. Daryl's looking pretty sporty right now.
Daryl, you got it.
Boy, there's no way they'll get better. I like that movie.
He looks good.
Off of 4 there, yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, that was a wise move.
Okay, well, I'm not speechless or nothing, but I'm a little disappointed.
Like I say,
we were wrong.
Yeah, but it's the fact of wanting to be right. Because you know how awesome it would be to watch a guy come from the back of the heat to do something?
Exactly. That's why I root for the underdog when I watch the sports.
Ready for your interview, JJ?
Who we got?
Who is it?
I would do you be a nice guy and put the World of Outlaw guy on? Nope. Kofoid went by.
Little banner
They're not going to put an outlaw guy on, Daryl. Come on.
Really? You mean they don't like each other?
Yeah, I think there's some issues there.
I thought it was like a we support all sprint car racing type of thing.
I think so.
No interview.
Wonder why.
We'll be right back. BRB, Daryl. Now what? Do you have a list of talking points for us, Daryl?
I have no talking points.
I know, that's why I said that. It made me laugh. And that's what matters.
No, just some really good guys are in really interesting spots. Rico in the B, Larson in the B.
Dude, there's no room for error at these big shows. It's just crazy.
Well, it's fine.
Someone's going to make a lot of money.
It's fine. The A main will just be that much more enjoyable.
So I tried to comment to see if I was able to comment on the group chat, but I think I might have commented on X. You guys suck to us. I can't even find my own comment now. I am like...
You're trying to message on there?
Well, I was trying earlier to figure out how to get the messaging to work, but I never saw it pop up on the group chat, which leads me to believe I probably posted it somewhere I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's how I feel about our show.
We can have some talking points. Let's go ahead and preview the dash. We got Reitzel and Kofoid. I'm taking over this show, Daryl. We got Brad Sweet and totally forgot who was supposed to.
Crouch is in there. McCarl's in there.
Corey Day.
Corey Day should be in there.
Yeah, Brad Sweet, Corey Day. How did nobody pick Corey Day to win this race? Are we dumb?
We might be dumb. It's very possible that we're
okay.
dumb.
Just saying, because nobody even mentioned his name. Gio.
Is he good?
Gio and Crouch got through. Gio, Crouch, Sweet Day, Macri.
I still say Sweet.
Who was quick time? Was it McCarl? Yeah, it was McCarl, wasn't it? Yeah, Macri and McCarl. And Reitzel and Kofoid. So who we...
But we can't really predict much until we see him spin the wheel.
Well, okay, let's... who's going to draw the best... Who's going to spin the best number?
Who's going to spin the best? This guy said, every high limit team gets a banner to hang outside their pit to advertise they're a high roller. No, I know that. I was just wondering if you guys thought they looked
what
cool
we thought
like
of it.
We were
I like it. I think it's cool, to be honest.
I thought it was a good idea.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. It's good for the fans too, I feel like.
Yeah, I thought when I went to
You get
TMS
a
and saw him out
rate.
there, I thought it was really neat, to be honest.
I think they were putting him up at the Outlaw race, weren't they?
They
Like,
weren't
kind of
allowed to.
No.
I think they got told to take him down. I'm almost positive.
Are you sure?
That's what the Chaz said, is what I was just gonna say. My source is the Chaz.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty quality source.
Master Gasser says Macri spins the worst.
Master Gassers probably has like a spreadsheet.
But he
made
has
up
so
of,
much.
Like,
Yeah,
everybody spins.
He's listening to all of us talk. He's like, "You guys are idiots. I already know all the answers."
Yeah, you guys don't know any of the numbers. You
I already
absolutely
know all the
morons.
answers. He does too. That's
You
awesome.
idiot.
Master Gassers,
We might need to.
we need you to pick the winner.
Yeah, Master Gasser picked the winner based on the numbers.
What's the will question? What are we supposed to answer? Oh,
Who's gonna get the worst?
no. He says, JJ and Sam, you guys got to answer the will question. Well, we can't hear the will question, but JJ is good at interviews, so he's going to make up what the will question was, and then he's going to answer it.
If any driver goes 0 or 00, Dom will do half of the show topless.
Yeah.
Master Gasser said he had a spreadsheet last year on the
There
numbers.
you go.
Exactly.
Daryl used to do that.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you that, like, basically, if you run a 30 race season, you know how there's people that are like, "Oh, I'm terrible at drawing." Like, everyone will tell you that they're the worst drawer.
Yeah,
If you run a
I've done
30
that
race
before.
season, it's basically going to work out. If you do a 30 race season, you're basically all going to draw within, like, the same small range of average draw.
Yeah, but that's not totally true, Daryl.
You're just a math guy that just thinks everything evens out.
And it doesn't.
I'm a math guy that understands what evens out and what doesn't.
I can tell you if a bad draw at nationals, I'd rather 5 or 6 bad draws in a row at other races than not have a bad one at nationals.
Yeah, it's not about, like, when you're on the national, like, especially like when I raced it or when Sam used to race it a bunch, like when it was all pill draw shows. It's not really about the number you draw; it's about the heat ratio.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
no, but like as an example of what I'm saying.
Right, I get it.
Every single tour regular, the last year I did it, if they made the redraw, every single tour regular averaged 4 on their redraw. Like all
1
year.
through 8, the average was 4.
Yeah, every single guy. And it wasn't like the best guy was like 4.2 and the worst guy was like 4.8. The last year I did it.
I believe your numbers.
Yeah, we're not saying.
And there was weird ones. And there was weird ones like Matt Covington and Sam had like the same identical average on their heat race starting position.
Dude, that's an awesome sponsor. I want some handcrafted sorbet.
What?
Their sponsor behind the wheel, it's like all 5-gallon buckets of goddamn ice cream.
Someone, if they want JJ and Sam to answer the wheel question, needs to actually type to us what the wheel question is.
Yes. Because we can't hear it.
Yeah, Dom was on Wing Nation today. He talked about this nice little podcast. If you haven't heard it, check it out.
He did?
Yeah. Yep.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Did he say your name, Daryl?
He said your name, my name, JJ's name.
We got some press on that deal.
Nice.
It's nice.
So if we had to guess,
none of the part-timers like Zeb and Carson got mentioned.
He said Zeb and Carson too. Yep. He said their names too. Yep.
I mainly said that because I know Zeb's watching. That son of a bitch. He could be on.
Yeah, he could be.
We have a special guest that's trying to get on here if they can get on here.
I think Zeb's got some go-kart. He's got some go-kart work to do. I think the bearings are a little froze up. He's trying to free them up right now.
Our special guest could be shocking,
and he's burping out a Big Red
and eating his chicken nuggets.
And dude, and he can't see shit in that dungeon. He can't see anything. He's trying to find the door to get to the shop. It's just not happening.
And the bad thing is we're trying to talk to him right now, and he's not even listening.
Nope.
He commented earlier.
Everybody set their stuff
heat
down and
races
walked
are over,
away to
Daryl.
eat because it's the draw.
He's heat race is over. He's eating chicken nuggets right now.
Yep, 100%. That actually sounds like a pretty solid option.
Yeah, that
starving.
sounds fantastic. He's so smart.
All right, what's the question? We got to hear it.
Does JJ wear boxers or briefs?
Oh my gosh. Neither.
Both, Daryl. You got to layer up.
All right, Gio, over under 15 on the wheel.
Over.
I'm gonna go under. I think I'm thinking tonight Gio's gonna lay it down tonight. This looks like a Gio type of night. I'm telling you.
His suit's really orange, so I think you're right.
I'm telling you, I think it is.
Gio has a $50,000 win with these guys.
Yep.
Here we go. Last year's redraw wheel says Brad Sweet and Peck are in trouble.
Oh boy. Let's go to the trends. Master Gassers.
We got to get him on next time to give us the numbers so we don't look like idiots.
Yeah, so we can call these heat races a lot better than we just did.
Okay, he would have been like, when Kyle Larson starts ninth in a heat race, he has a 13.2% chance of... Who in your family gets most excited when you race?
You know, I don't know the answer to any of that because...
I do, 100%.
You never get to watch your family.
Wife.
You never get to.
Your wife.
I
your
stood
wife
next to your
is
wife
the
when
answer.
you won the 360 Nationals prelim
Yes.
last year, and she... Like, you think you're hitting the wing hard? You should have seen the air next to where she was at. And her daughter.
Well, that was a bad...
And the daughter, too. Like, they're both hard.
There's only one number worse than 35 up there, just so you guys know. I guess my wife. She's the one that gives me the hardest time, though. Like, you know, after the race was over, I will say this last weekend, you know, I'm getting congratulations from a bunch of people, and man, that was badass, you know, all this. And she doesn't comment a fucking word to me. Doesn't say anything. It's like, hey, well, I'm glad you won. And that was it. I was like, that's all you...
She goes berserk.
Yeah, but I said, that's all you have to say? You didn't think I worked hard or anything? Or, any, you know, like, well, it was a good race. I'm like, okay.
Gio said Dom. I've sat with Dom watching Gio win an outlaw race. Dom was shockingly calm.
All right, here comes Mac Daddy. What's he got? A 235s in a row. What the hell is going on here?
There's your back row.
His answer was also his dad. I guarantee he said his dad.
Oh, Dom or who?
Macri.
Macri? They said he said mom.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you got to read the chat, Daryl.
So good thing you guaranteed it, Daryl.
I'm working on our guests to join us right now.
Yeah, wheel is rigged. It looks like it so far. We'll see what Brad draws here. If Brad draws a 10...
Double zero.
Yeah, if he does 10 or better, it's rigged, right?
Yeah, clearly.
That's how it works.
Is he going to let the girl... That's his daughter. Is he going to let her spin the wheel?
I'm assuming
Surely.
So.
Here it is. You can't say it's rigged if a kid spins it, though.
Depends if it's 10 or less, right?
If it's a 35 again.
That may be how
it was a 3. Uh-oh.
God damn it, High Limit, the corruption.
Yeah, lots of shit's going to be talked about this one.
Jesus. We gave you one job. Have him draw worse than 10. One job.
Master Gasser, he knew it. He said he knew Macri was going to draw like shit. All right, what's Reitzel going? I'm gonna think he's a middle road this time. Middle road. What do you think? Middle road?
Looks like he's got a fresh mullet cut there.
Oh, he had to get freshened up for this 55,000 to win show.
Him and his kid
and
got
then
mullets.
mini Aaron.
Mini mullet.
I think he's gonna draw like a... I'm gonna go with like an 18. 18, that's where I'm going.
I'm going to go with a 24.
Oh, we got another kid doing it though, so I don't know.
Well, it's going to be like a 5 then.
Yeah, if the kids are doing it, it's money. Oh, he passed the 5.
Under
Oh,
10.
34. That's not good.
Aaron
My
said
God.
his mom. I feel like I've probably been around his parents a lot, and I couldn't pick out Aaron Reitzel's parents if I fell over them.
Not a clue. Yeah, it's kind of interesting you say that.
I feel like Sam has a shot at it, but I definitely
Yeah,
don't.
honestly, I've not seen his parents that often. To be honest,
Does his dad have a mullet?
I mean,
not yet.
he could. I mean, you know what they call a bald mullet? A skullet. You ought to know that.
Okay, someone's got to. So
I
what's
thought that
Brown
was pretty
Crushing
funny,
get, like
Daryl.
a 33?
You forgot laughing.
I half heard what you
Okay,
said.
well,
How do you only half hear it, Daryl? You have 2 headphones.
Because I'm concentrating on multiple things.
man, I hope
Sounds like half
Paul
concentration.
Crouch draws good here. Hope he spins good.
I do too.
To back up Dirt Tracker said like a pile of the scoops he gets are from like drivers' moms that are like trying to push their career.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Looks like we got a guest with us.
What a
what's
up, ladies?
what a
The
shocking...
high side hustler, the shocker, Dustin Selvage.
You betcha.
How's
it
look.
going?
25. That wasn't.
We're
that
just-
wasn't what I was hoping for out of him.
Watching
We're
a redraw, trying to predict what numbers they're going to spin because, you know, times
Yeah,
are tough during this moment.
Yeah, we're just watching a little high limit corruption as Brad gets the 3 and no one else can get under 20. Classic corruption from High
Austin
Limit.
McCarl.
Behind you a little bit.
Dude, Austin McCarl looks like Tony Laporta's, like, skinnier, more athletic brother. He looks way more like Laporta than he does Carson.
I think he's going to draw a 12. Come on, be right.
He's smiling a lot.
Be right. 12.
Man.
Now he's passing. Oh, I hit it. Are you kidding me? I just hit that. I just hit that.
That's 34 to
I
1
know.
at the
I would have
casino.
made some money right there at the casino.
Yeah.
Let's try to watch
Sorry.
the language,
Oh,
Sam. Come
sorry. I got a little excited that I hit that right.
That was over a hypothetical
Yeah,
big
that's
hit
the
at the
first
casino,
bet I've-
Daryl. He could have had a red
It's the
out
first
there.
bet I've won in a long time, Daryl.
on. McCarl's answer for who would get the most excited would be that'd be a hard one because Lori definitely gets
They
excited
said
and
all
T-Mac definitely
family.
gets excited.
T-Mac
Yeah.
gets pretty excited.
It's definitely not Austin for any of the other members of the family.
All right.
Good job tonight.
Corey
Yeah,
Day's going to
exactly.
draw a 5.
Sam's loving this predicting it.
Well, if I
I'm gonna say
hit
he's
2 in
gonna
a
draw
row,
22.
if I hit 2 in a row, I'm going to WinStar Casino, and I'll see y'all
Oof.
later.
Master
Yeah.
Gas Master Gasser says he was a very good spinner last year.
Oh, I almost did hit that. I'm a little behind you, Selvage.
Oh, hey, I did. I said 22. Hell yeah.
So
What a
what's going
moment. Now
on?
I see why you were so excited dropping F-bombs. That was pretty
I know.
exhilarating.
I'm trying to tell you.
So what's
Yeah,
up,
what up,
Dustin?
Dustin?
What's going on in your world?
Oh, baseball and bath night. Having so much fun, man.
How'd baseball go?
It's 6-year-old baseball. How do you think it went? We're chasing butterflies.
A lot of
and
walks.
kicking
A
dirt.
lot of walks. Dustin
Yeah.
already with the swearing. Come on, Dustin. What's it like having the most blonde family on the planet?
They're easy to find when they run off. That's for sure.
Okay, so what are we doing with Kofoid's spin here? Kofoid's going
He's
good.
going
I got
10.
Kofoid at a 6.
10.
Single digits. I'm thinking a 9.
6.
I'm ahead of you, so I can't say.
Whoa, you're that
Yeah,
far ahead of us?
he's got that good internet.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice. I think with a guy like
Oh,
him
whoa,
starting
isn't it?
second in the dash, that's trouble for these boys.
yeah.
What did I say at the start of
Daryl,
the night?
That's crazy
Daryl,
that Corey
Kofoid.
Danger
Larson is not
22
out of
in the
this. He's not out of this, Daryl.
Did he transfer out of the
No.
heat? I didn't get a
No,
watch.
he didn't. They're just getting more
But
more
he's still gotta
tuning
fight
time
the
in the
shot.
B main.
Yeah. Austin McCarl's brothers kind of summarizing things right now. What would that make him hit?
It's not his brother.
Well, no, just when they were both standing together, they got the same facial hair. It's hilarious.
I love that Carson looks nothing like Austin.
That's what I'm saying.
So how are the heats, boys? Any good? Any racy?
A little
The
lackluster.
last two,
The longer they went,
two
the
were
better
better.
it got.
The last two were better. The top started coming in the
The
last
tops.
Nice.
They did a rework before the heats, and so the first two it was kind
two.
of
They're doing something right now to the bottom of 1 and 2.
I think they just keep doing the same thing between every group of
It
races.
looks exactly the same from this view. Badass little go-kart or something. Go-kart track.
This is a place you'd love, isn't it, Dustin? You'd be ripping right around. the
Yeah,
place here.
yeah. I love bringing my nuts to the racetrack, so this place is right up my alley.
Right around those Uke tires
Yeah.
down there. Hate when they put those tires next to your preferred line, though.
Yeah. So, Eagle, Cameron, Huset's, those types of places are spectator events for me.
Yeah. But you've been lights out in heat races this year.
Yeah, yeah. That pays
we should
well,
actually
too.
talk about that. Like
What
extremely lights out.
what I don't think people realize is the war that Dustin and my driver had at Knoxville a couple weeks ago for the heat race.
Yeah,
And then he
do you
comes
know
back
what
and
line
wins
he was
another
running?
heat race.
You know what line he was running to get
Yeah.
the lead?
Rip on the start I was like, Alex, you cannot give Selvage the top. You cannot give him the top here.
Yeah. Pays good to suck
So
in qualifying.
Come
What's
on,
the
Tom.
number?
We can't be
5 out
saying
of-
Buddy's
5 out
going
of
to wreck.
7
That's
or
not
something?
nice. That's not nice saying Buddy's going
5
to
for
wreck.
7.
He's won 5 out of 7 heat races at Knoxville this year.
That's
insane.
Unbelievable.
That's pretty good stats. That's not bad.
That's terrible stats,
It's
Sam.
a good winning
They
percentage.
should call
It's
you the
It's
finisher.
just a 6
The
car
finisher.
invert.
Yeah.
That means I'm 15th to 18th quick
But,
every night
hey,
is all
you're
that
not
means.
fall-
Oh
but
no,
not-
you're charging.
Yeah, but you're not falling backwards in the heat, so that means there's got to be something positive there.
I suppose. I
Locking
don't know.
right in, baby.
You started second in our heat. You had to be better than 15th that
Well,
night.
front row, yeah.
So what? So what's
That's probably your preferred
what's hampering
one.
your qualifying attempts?
I don't know. We haven't figured it out. We've showed up to the racetrack with different shit basically every week, and it's changed nothing. So I don't know. It looks like I'm the common denominator so far.
4 bolts.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's gear or we're too tight and lugging the. I have no idea. We can't seem to work it out.
So who we got coming out of this C main? I got your Huset's stud, Caleb Johnson, obviously. But is anyone going to get Doney?
Yes, Cameron Key's going to.
I always got a soft spot for Dundraud.
Well, how can you not? He's legendary.
Yeah, he's a pretty lovable
He's
guy.
a legendary
Exactly.
racer, man.
He's done it all.
Taking 2, I presume.
I'm assuming that as
Yeah,
well.
I think.
So,
Yeah, I'll take 2.
So if this were you, Dustin, if this were you in this situation, Dustin, would you just roll the top or would you go 4 wheels over?
Shit, they just reworked the bottom. I'm
4
trying to
wheels.
knock out my left front on the tire, bud.
Daryl, when you say 4 wheels over to Dustin, that means the apron.
Oh my gosh. Oh, they did a pretty wide.
Which is where I was
They
running.
did a pretty
when I
wide
almost cost
bottom,
Tyler
dude.
Courtney the
They
race.
did a wide bottom.
Yeah.
That's not
Looks like
good.
they did the top too.
Yeah, but they did a lot of
Looking
the
at what I'm
bottom, and especially in 1
It's
and 2.
just like the heats. It'll be bottom.
yeah,
dominant
the bottom of 1 and 2 looks
Yeah.
really good.
Has 1 and 2 even got high enough to get through the hole yet?
No.
So JJ and Sam have said the same thing to me separately. And obviously it doesn't look good when he's in the C main. But you guys have both told me that Caleb Johnson is a rocket this year.
Yeah,
He's fast. It's just he's struggling to qualify really good, so that makes it so a race like this is tough for him.
So he's struggling to qualify, but he's not a 5 out of 7 heat race winner, though.
He's probably won a few at
He's got
Knoxville.
3 or
as
4,
well.
I think.
Yeah.
He is racing at a much higher level than I am, Daryl.
He's doing a good job though.
Yeah, I think he is.
especially he never won a race at Huset's. He'd never won a 410 race before this year, and then he won the first 3 at Huset's like over a bunch of
Yeah,
But
good.
he impressed you at Knoxville, didn't he, Sam?
yeah.
through
The
the
night
field.
I was there, I thought he looked really good.
He's racing really good. He comes through the field every
Yeah, I
night.
think he started like the night I was there, maybe like 13th and ran 6th. Like he was pretty solid. I was just
I feel
hanging
like
on
Cam
for dear
Smith's
life.
done a decent job.
Who?
Cam Smith's done a decent job
Cam,
so far.
you mean Cameron Key?
Smith.
Cam Martin,
Cam
sorry.
Martin? I mean, you got to get your cams
Martin.
right, Daryl.
I'm going to Dirt Cup soon. I'm all confused.
You're talking about, yeah, exactly.
Well, we
Washington
just
folk.
picked that wrong. Donnie looks like he missed the bottom in 1 and 2 there, but he looks like he's going to get her done. Cameron Key fell way back.
He got a bad start. He got pinched off a little. Didn't go good.
Hey, yo, let me know when you see this. I need to pause until I get caught up, or you guys get caught up.
Oh!
There we go.
Where's the wheel going?
Oh my God! It's gonna kill somebody! Holy shit!
Daryl, did you see
Mother
that?
of God. They need tethers.
That was off of tether on a wheel.
Tire tethers.
Kelby.
We need to double nut those wheels. At least it didn't get out of the park.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
Thank God. The first view they went to, it looked like it was heading straight into the
If
crowd.
they left the park, we would have tethers on our wheels.
You can't put tethers on wheels, Daryl.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
Have you ever seen like I don't know if this is a nationwide commercial, the Rodney D. Young commercials long ago when the caveman's making the wheels out of stone? Anybody ever see that? Selvage, how old are you?
37.
Okay, you're not too much younger than me.
Yeah.
So
How old are you?
39. So how does JJ know it and you don't?
I don't know. Watching the wrong TV, apparently.
Those are good commercials.
He's at baseball. He can't watch that shit.
He is not watching. I promise you he's got something on his phone while that game's going on.
He's got to watch 48 straight batters take a walk.
Yeah.
That's,
So what are we seeing here? I'm not seeing... Are we seeing broken stuff?
No, it's hard to
There's
tell.
probably
I'm not going to speculate.
Yeah,
That's not the right thing to do.
I think that's what we're on here to do.
Yeah, well, some things are better left not talked about sometimes.
I call
Either
that...
broke or it fell off. We got a 50-50 shot. We'd like to think it broke.
I call that pulling a JJ. The whole time this tire fell off, JJ was hoping I wouldn't bring that up.
I forgot about it till you said that. You talking about Montana when my tire fell off?
No, Eldora with us in the dash.
It didn't actually. I made it back to the pits though. It didn't fall off. It happened to me in
Well,
Montana.
as slow as y'all are going
like,
into Eldora, it wouldn't have mattered if it fell off.
Yeah.
Hey, we were
That's
in the
true.
dash at that point. You can't question us.
We were. Everybody was questioning.
We went second quick with a loose left.
JJ's
front,
like,
so
I promise I don't suck that bad.
I'm keeping promising, but it seems like it's falling on deaf ears.
Well, we gave you such a good race car on night 2 and 12th in the B or 10th in the B, you know.
From like 20 seconds.
Yeah, he was hard charger.
Yeah, you got like the $25 KSE gift card.
Yep. And I didn't even, that stayed with the team.
He felt so bad. Here you go, guys.
So this is like teammate, isn't it, Dustin? Like this is
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
TGRD.
Do y'all share notes at all?
Yeah, how's the team work on all that?
Yeah, everybody's pretty open. It's just not the shit they're doing is not super applicable to what I like and feel, but yeah, everybody's open on what they're doing. There's no secrets.
So like the shop's in Knoxville, right? Does like
Correct.
everyone gather there? Like Dennis Moore Jr., he's there through the week, right?
Yeah, he's there through the week. He goes to the racetrack, I don't know, probably 50% of the month. But yeah, shop's out there at one of Brian Ridge's at the compound out there where everybody's at.
I have a goal to get Tim Kading and Dennis Moore on the podcast together.
At the same time,
That would be
would probably
amazing.
That would be the place to
be
do
an
it.
epic podcast.
Yep.
I've got Dennis Moore to do it. I've just got to send a text to TK, and I think we can make that happen.
And Lunstra Park's at Brandon's shop, which is like 2 shops down in the same little development, so it would be perfect. or at least he has been.
TK should be easy to get. I figured DMJ would be the tough one to agree to it.
I think DMJ is talking out of both sides.
Yeah.
I texted him about doing it, and he didn't reply. And it's the only time in his life he's never replied to me.
Yeah, Daryl, DMJ likes you. He does like you, so I think you could make it happen.
Then his daughter was... No. Then someone off his team told me he was terrified of doing it. And he was like kind of avoiding me. He was kind of avoiding me. And then I asked his daughter about it. And his daughter Cam was like, oh no, he'd do it. And then I finally cornered DMJ. And I was like, well, I've heard you're scared. He's like, oh no, I'll do it. So this has been like a month-long process. So now I got to get TK locked down.
TK will do it.
And I'm very worried how both do with technology. Cam says
old.
getting Cam says getting DMJ on a video call might be hard.
Yeah, I bet it would be.
She can help him.
I know Dennis pretty decent.
She can help him.
In those interviews we did today, it was a lot of the kids helping the dads.
You'll have that.
Get on the video chat.
Who'd we interview today? Or can you say?
Last time.
No, it's for we're doing
Trump.
a thing for Skagit to help pump them up. So we did like Brent Kading, Steve Kent, Robbie Price,
Nice.
Shane Stewart.
One thing you'll find out
So
about the TDP is there's not a lot of secrets going on here. We're pretty out in the open.
Actually, I feel like we did good on the shot secrets. Like everyone's like, man, that last 20 minutes of shots was fire. And it's like, you didn't see what we kept out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kept a lot under wraps. As you should.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to go green on this. I'm just going to call Kofoid for the win for the feature right now.
I said Sweet and
Redemption from
Kofoid.
last
And then
year.
Larson's going to run third.
Corey Day is going to be my pick if you're taking Kofoid.
Is this where Kofoid junked it in hot laps last year?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same
So
place.
He's here to
Another
redeem
guy
himself.
earlier on the chat said that he was going to crash. I don't think he's going to.
Not at all. Dude, Austin McCarroll is always in the mix when there's like every 50 grand to win show. I feel like he's at least been a part of running up front at.
That's a good start
Over
out
the
in
last
the
couple of
junk
years.
there.
He's traveled much better this year.
Extremely. But like you remember Lakeside when Gio won? Austin had a genuine shot at winning that race.
Do you think Corey Day's
Nice
confident
move,
going
man.
into this?
Yes.
Yeah. Safe bet, Daryl.
Now, this can't be happening because the World of Outlaws suck. That's what I've been informed.
Yes, I've
for the
heard.
last
I've heard the same.
week.
I don't
So,
I think it's
there's
insane
no way like
that
that.
people think that these high level sprint car drivers
No.
suck on
It's like everyone's like, "Oh my god, did you see the high limit guys pound the Outlaws?" I'm like, "Did you see the one World of Outlaw guy almost win 26 grand?"
nobody could beat. What about are we not going to give any love to the Wisconsin posse, the cheeseheads up there?
I don't know. There's been some.
The Wiscassi?
I don't
Daryl.
know.
Daryl.
No.
Daryl's not feeling
Daryl,
it.
you got to give.
He's not feeling as good about it as other people are.
I already
Yeah.
know Daryl's whole thought process. He thinks it's traction control.
There's a video going around that isn't very good.
I've seen
Oh.
the video.
There's apparently 2 going around that aren't very good.
He was cold and he was shivering while he was on the
Oh
gas.
my
Daryl.
God.
It's different.
Okay, that was a Buddy Kofoid
So this-
show right there. I think he's locked
Yeah.
in pretty solid.
Yeah.
But for the
Which,
record,
like-
that was badass that some random fella out of Wisconsin won 26
Yeah.
grand, Daryl. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
I think it was awesome.
Master Gasser
I
said
was
hi,
at the
Daryl.
IRA show that he won the first time.
So what, Daryl? Did he uninstall that for the rest of the weekend, or what?
Well, there's no proof. There's no proof that.
No, there's no proof. No.
This is
See,
all allegedly.
yeah,
and
allegedly,
it's
this is
actually-
what. See,
Right.
Daryl, this is how
Daryl's
rumors
being
get started,
selfish.
Daryl.
I'm trying to be very good about this.
Well,
I'm trying to be professional.
JJ
as we're
ruined
known
that.
to be.
well, you know,
I did.
Daryl.
Daryl dropping the old TC bomb.
Yeah. Thanks, JJ Kit. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Does Larson get out of the
B
beat?
main, thank God, Daryl.
Yeah, no shit.
Does Larson get out of the beat? Whoa, where does he start?
Fourth.
He
Fourth.
gets out.
Okay.
I was kidding.
Man,
Ooh.
there is a lot of good cars in this race, though.
Yeah.
Like those top two rows get rolling, and Rico and Bacon are both in trouble here.
Casey get out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see him losing that many.
There it is. T, you little bastard. This B main would be an A main anywhere else in the country. I hate you. I hate
So
you.
who is T? Announce yourself.
I don't know.
Whoever T is, announce yourself.
Yeah.
Someone that's heard on the podcast
That's
that
Peter
JJ
Turford.
and I. Peter's driving right now. He's not doing that.
That's great. You gotta love a little comedy.
God.
And it's actually true. It's a good age.
Oh, God, that's what everyone follows it up. Oh no, that's true. It actually.
I'll
would
tell
be.
you.
God
I'll tell
damn
you,
it.
Kill Tony ain't got shit on us, guys. No way.
Kill Tony. That's a great show.
How was
I
your
don't feel
comedy
like-
show Sunday night, JJ?
Yeah, I went to Matt Rife on Sunday night. It was awesome.
Did you?
It was hilarious. Yeah, it was really fun.
JJ's a big comedy guy.
Does he have an act, or is it all crowd work?
No, he had an act. He had he had like a MC that did some stuff, and then an opener, and then he had an act, and then he did probably 20% crowd work. Some lady in a wheelchair. It was pretty Matt Rife up his alley, dude. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Macedo's a hard one
Good
for me.
show.
Tippy Bite says 2C could struggle in this one. Macedo hasn't looked good, but he's usually his last time here.
Yeah, these type of tracks, he handles his business.
It's tough. That's tough though. You got to pick a guy that Rico's gonna knock out, or Rico's not making it in.
Tanner said didn't know Sam was a Kill Tony
Well, dude,
fan. Sam actually signs up for the bucket pulls every week. He just hasn't gotten pulled yet.
I love the Shane Gillis Donald Trump deal, and I love the Dr. Phil. That's classic.
It's so good. It really is.
Every time he does a Trump impression, I lose my shit. Every time.
Did you guys watch the new season of Tires yet with Gillis?
I've seen the first couple episodes, and it's pretty hilarious.
So good.
Stavros, dude.
Yeah.
That's a funny show with Shane Gillis. He's the main writer.
So let's put you on the spot here, Dustin. Is your teammate going alphabet soup C main to the A main?
Obviously, I'd like to see him do it, but there is way too many tough cars to do that. No,
stacked.
I do not think so.
Pretty stacked.
We're questioning whether Rico or Bacon will make it from the third row. I would say Caleb's going to have a long road to hoe here. If he avoids the big one, Daytona style.
I could see the 2C getting out of this, and the third row not even having a chance if it gets single filed out.
That's what I
quick.
think too.
Like he ain't no slouch.
It's weird how Rico's world class 78 or 70, 80, 90% of the time, and then the other percent it's just he's just way off. On Brad's bad nights, he's 5th through 10th or whatever, and on Rico's bad nights, it's holy shit. He was in the C main the other night. It's just kind of wild to me. But he probably I don't know. This is a points race.
I feel like it's probably because Ricky experiments a lot.
Why would you experiment on a points night?
Exactly. That's what
see. Look at the 2C getting in the mix already. He knew what to do. Look at that. Oh, Larson.
Cole's hammering.
Oh, Rico's in trouble.
Cole didn't come here to.
Rico came to a stop.
Yeah, Cole bombed into turn 1 and 2, and he really.
Cole isn't using one of his 4 races to just roll over and die.
No, this is a track right up his alley. I think this is a good place with him. Larson's not very exciting to me right now. Oh, Drukey throwing it off in there.
Oh, boy.
Woo, tasty.
Yeah, that third row's not going to go anywhere, boys. And who asked if Kane was getting out of this thing? He's stroking them, guys. He's stroking them.
Kane's been really
this year. He's picked up a lot of speed. car looks really good
Yeah.
too.
And he's doing like he's racing way better too. Like it seems like he's just got his stamina or whatever, his sprint car racing feet back under him because he used to be badass in a sprint car.
Well, I don't think he was never not good. I think that's the talent level these days is just it's up there. There's so many good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is a B main.
Exactly. But an A main,
it's not an
it could be an A main anywhere else, Daryl. Anywhere else.
No. What's our other one? Oh yeah, best of friends off the track, enemies on the track.
Mortal enemies.
When did we say that? I've never even heard that before.
Those are the two lines that JJ and I just can't stand.
When we were that's what.
Is that when y'all were racing at Eldora that one time?
No, it's back when we weren't on tour.
We weren't racing that night. We watched the.
Cole Macedo's wanting it.
He wants to win this some gun.
You might be right. Kane might be in trouble here.
He better. That's last lap.
He just got shuffled back pretty hard.
That was quick.
That's a row for Larson.
Ooh.
Oh,
nope.
Man. Dustin almost looked like a magical man there.
He's literally like, ugh. Nope.
He was going to go, I told you, man.
Yeah.
So I haven't been keeping track. Are most of these outlaw guys going to be out of their 4 nights come Eldora?
No.
Haven't they been?
I don't think so.
A lot of them save them for Eldora. I remember being there last year, and like the only guy I remember not going on high limit nights was like Sides and Baylog, but Baylog had like tried flipping his dick off.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna JJ? Can we get an interview from Cole Macedo just cause?
Just cause.
Telling everyone to F off after people counted him out before the A main.
What do you mean? Oh, they're not interviewing
before
him.
Well, he just wants you to do one.
Yeah. He would say.
Yeah.
Use your best Cole Macedo voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how to sound like these people.
Just do California and you'll get it.
Jesus Christ.
What? I told Daryl that. We interviewed I said, dude, you realize we've interviewed majority of guys that are from California we've interviewed. Man, I didn't really think about that, but yeah, you're right. I said, and they all talk the same. It cracks me up. I mean, it's like listening to guys from Texas, you know?
Yeah. You and Randall sound almost identical.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Where are you camped out at, Sam?
I'm actually in my camper at my house because my kids are so loud I have to be outside. Yeah, you'll have that.
Your camper's you have a camper
in Knoxville.
Yeah.
45 minutes from home, but trust me, there's plenty of nights that I flirt with heading on down to the camper.
Yeah, I told my wife, I said, this would be better for all of us. She's like, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I liked on the shows previously when you'd hear like a loud bang and then you just look up.
Yesterday was a burp. Yesterday was the world's longest burp, and I'm like, that was a daughter. That was not little Sam. That was not
he's
Big Sam.
not graduated up to that level yet, but he's getting there. We went into Dunkin' Donuts this morning. I bought him some donuts, and we're at the counter. Dad, I farted. I was like, oh, thank you. It's great.
Thank you.
3.5 years old, announcing to the world that he farted.
Perfect.
Yes.
I do the same thing at 34 and a half years old.
I don't have to announce mine. You just know.
So Dustin, Sam has his son on in an electric race car thing. Has your son done anything or daughter?
No, he's got an electric scooter. We've taken him to slide. He's soft. He's kind of like his father. He's a pussy. So I'm a little afraid. I'm a little afraid to go spend a shit ton of money to have him putt around and be scared. But he is up our ass every single day. He's already designed a helmet that he wants, and he's ready to go.
So basically,
what's in the helmet design?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is like the helmet design like a bunch of plumber pipes and it doesn't have that white stuff that used to be on your top wing, does it?
Oh my gosh. Daryl,
My God.
the shocker. Gotta love it.
That was the best top wing ever.
Yeah.
I remember what
I
year
don't
was
think-
that? What year was that we saw that, Daryl? And I was like, man.
It was 09.
Yeah.
We were parked beside him at Knoxville in 09. He was parked beside us and we were looking under the wing and we're like, that's not why that white's there, is
Yeah.
it? And we didn't know Dustin yet. Dustin put it in the show against 50 Outlaws that night.
And only somebody like Daryl will
09?
remember that. Only somebody like
No
Daryl.
kidding. I don't even remember.
Dustin has no idea. Daryl's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, Daryl will say some stupid shit like that to me all the time. Oh, remember that night? I'm like, no, I don't, Daryl. I really don't.
Yeah. It was the weekend Woodruff went with you and I, Sam. That was the weekend.
Did we make the show?
We made the show
Okay,
too.
cool.
Yep. Neither of us were
Remember the
factors.
show?
That may surprise a lot of
Yeah.
people, but
you remember the show on ESPN, Stump the Schwab?
Yeah.
You would
Yes.
Be good at
Yeah.
that. You would be good at that for racing, Daryl.
yeah, but I'm starting to forget a lot of stuff. Like
Oh, are you going senile or what?
I'm going senile. I can't remember a lot of mine and Sam's first year on the Outlaw Tour.
Yeah, I would
I can't
say
remember a
old
lot of
enough
the
to
races.
I would say
Just
Texarkana with the
forgetting.
wall raced way different. 3 and 4, it feels like when they added the wall, there's not as much. It used to like the banking used to really get real heavy at the very top, and I feel like it's flatter up there. But I feel with the problem before, it was hard to see the very top of the track. So now, with the wall there and their lighting, the wall actually reflects good enough. You can actually use all the racetrack because you can really see it. And I think it just makes a distinctive a distinctive top groove. Whereas before, I think guys were like, well, should I try it or should I not try it? And now, it's really visible. So I think it definitely. I think the place had 2 grooves before, and I think you can run 3 now because the wall's there.
Was that Jeniton that asked that?
It just says Ayrton. I don't know what.
I don't know a ton of them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them.
I know 2 of them, and then a third one is dead.
Olsen and Jeniton. Yeah. Oh, cool, Daryl. That's fun.
Yeah, no. But Ayrton Olsen actually helps out on our car a lot. He's at our shop through the week.
That's because Joe tells him to check over all the stuff that you touched all week.
Exactly. Precisely.
Left front tire is a good.
The left front tire wasn't me, JJ. The left front
when
tire.
When you coming
was
back, Daryl?
This week, Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what you said.
My dad was promoting a 5,000 to win 500 to start 360 show at home, so right. I stayed, helped him officiate, and then Alex went to Lawrenceburg to get rained out. So they basically went there so Miles could hang out at the casino.
Nothing wrong with that.
Sounds like a perfect trip.
So the one thing I wanted to ask you guys about was all the shit talking between High Limit and Outlaws. I feel like it's reaching pretty high levels right now.
Well, you have to expand on that, Daryl. Expand on that.
The only thing I've heard that I thought was pretty hilarious is when Cody Jacobs goes off and calls him a ginger kitty.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like
that's the only real shit talking I've gotten to hear, and that made me
I feel like high limit media like pokes the bear but doesn't really go out of the way to.
Is that what Sweet's comment was about in his Jeremy Elliott interview post win?
I believe so. Yeah.
What did he say? I'm so disconnected.
Yeah, y'all got to. That's what I say. Y'all have to expand on what's going on here.
Just said a lot of trash talk, particularly from one person. I think is basically what he said.
And I figure it's 99.9% sure it's from Cody Jacobs.
Right, who's not even the driver, which just kind of makes it not as cool. It's like a coach and a player having a rivalry. It's not near as cool.
But yeah, I feel like it goes both ways. I don't feel like it's only one.
Well, and I think
it's good. I think it's awesome. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know about
like
them
we
being
we
necessarily
generally
mean to
say
each other or whatever,
we say
but
it's generally awesome, but there's one thing I just can't get around, and it's like I guess it's why I always like have a soft spot for the Outlaws. It's like there's something that just bothers me about talking shit about the series that is the reason why you exist. Like
yeah,
when a high limit guy wants to trash the Outlaws, guys, you wouldn't have what you have if the Outlaws didn't outdo what the Outlaws did. And there's just something that
I
even when
haven't
they're
heard a
right,
ton of
even
that.
when well, let's be honest, I heard a ton of it at Vegas when they announced their new purse. There was a lot of shit talk, and I just feel like, guys, I don't think you realize there was steps to you guys being able to do that, and the Outlaws took about 1,000 of those steps for you to get where you are. So every time I hear the shit talk, it always I get your guys' side where it's like, yeah, like this is good for the sport, it gets fans talking, but I'm kind of like, I don't like how the Outlaws handle it, how they don't say anything, but I also don't like antagonizing the only reason you exist.
I totally understand. I would say that's probably a pretty decent way to look
Yeah, I
at it. I
mean,
mean, I just like that there's two series that pay, 1,200, 1,500 to start, that whenever there's two of them, you don't have to race against 40 guys just to try to get into the A main
Yeah.
at all these shows and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's good for the sport of sprint car racing as far as social media and all that bullshit goes. It's like, I don't know,
yeah,
it gives us something to
I
talk
think at the end of the day, regardless what happens in 5 years' time, even if high limit does go away, say it doesn't stay alive, it still will have raised our purses up. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's badass. So now, I don't know, like, some of the stuff Donnie talked about on that last podcast that we had with him, I could see a lot of animosity with him. And because, he was under the feeling that it wasn't going to be like this. It wasn't supposed to be like this. And, they took it to that next level. Like I think he even talked about, them stealing tracks from the Outlaws, and it was never supposed to be a competition on that side of it. And I think, like, I don't know, that part does bother me, that it went that far and went that route. It really does.
Like to elaborate on what he's saying. Like if you remember when High Limit was started, it was like this is going to be a midweek series, and we're not trying to go in competition with the Outlaws.
Yeah, just to give guys more places to race, and but at the same time, I'm okay with them starting a series that races 60 times a year.
Yeah,
I think it's good. I
also think it's inevitable. Like,
yeah, we have, honestly,
if you start a series,
we have too many national level cars right now to not have a second series. Like if you see what it's done as far as, like our fields. I mean, now, like if you compare the late model side of the world, right? They have good race cars in the Outlaws. They have really good cars in Lucas Oil. I don't think it's split 50-50, but I think the Outlaws and High Limit is split 50-50 pretty close. Like it's, we talk about this all the time. Who's better, who has a deeper field. Yeah. And I don't know, it's split very well, very evenly to me. And it's given both series a lot of guys a lot of opportunity to make some money. So like those are the positive things. I just, the way they handled their business model probably isn't how a lot of people would have done it, if they're trying to be a good guy. But, that's how business is anyway. Business is cutthroat. That's how it works. And, yeah, and Daryl, you're right, 100%. If the Outlaws never showed the pathway to success and the way to incorporate TV into what we're doing and all that, hell no, they would have never had a clue what to do, but the Outlaws did show them, and they took the chance, and, obviously Flo got behind Larson, and here we are. But I don't think, I truly don't think the Outlaws are hurt from any of this. It doesn't seem to me that it's hurt them at all, to be honest. And that's the biggest thing.
I don't think so.
At the end of the day, that's all I care about. If both of them thrive, great. That's awesome. That's what we want.
My biggest complaint about the split is that I think guys get away with cheating more because they don't want to lose that driver to the other
Donnie
series.
alluded
if
to
I had
that.
to pick
Yeah.
if I had to pick my biggest bitch, it's that I think cheating is being let go because they don't want to lose a guy to a series. And not even cheating, like say a guy was like underweight on the scales, like not trying to be. I feel like right now if a guy won a race and he's 4 pounds underweight, both series are letting him go.
Yep.
Wave them on.
Because
Go
they're
on
afraid.
by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say that. Yeah, that's probably what happens. I hate that, but I think you're right. And 4 pounds wouldn't bother me if you let a guy go for 4
No.
pounds. But at the
Yeah,
same rate,
that's not winning race.
yeah. But at the same rate, like a rule is a rule, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So who are we taking to win this race, fellas?
Already picked him.
Yeah,
I got Brad Sweet. I haven't heard Dustin Selvage tell me who's going to win.
Who do we got? Who do you guys got?
I got Day.
Sam?
Kofoid. I picked him before. I picked him before the dash started.
Is Reitzel from 5th, I think?
He's available.
Mr. Balake, I'm sure JJ has no clue who that is, would like to know how...
It doesn't, honestly, it doesn't look like that picture. The Blake I know would never have a photo with a woman.
Okay. Well, Blake, who's not the Blake I thought he would like to know what our thoughts on this seemingly extensive track prep will have any effect on the way the feature plays out, if at all.
And yes, guys already take advantage of the rules being lenient.
It's going to be like Chili Bowl, kind of, probably, where it's a little too juicy for a little too long, and we're left a little bit disappointed.
And then
Is that B main track?
And then
Prime?
and then it's going to lay rubber right before your eyes. Just wait, you'll see.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But yeah, yes, they're lenient on the rules, and people just definitely do take advantage of it. There's no doubt that's been talked about for 2 years happening, and it's just honestly shows like ours are probably tell the tale a little better than others do. It usually
So it's traction control the biggest accusation?
I mean, yeah, and like Donnie brought up traction control and tire doping. That was the two things he thought is really going on.
I think tire doping was, but I think that's calming the hell down. Like
they're being proactive on tire doping.
Yeah,
and I think
like Dustin, did you get your tire teched at Knoxville?
Probably not. I don't go across the scales unless it's after time trials.
No, we won a heat and they took ours.
Well, see, there you go, Daryl.
I just
track
assume
favoritism
big time
already.
heat race
Track
winners.
favoritism already, right there.
Yeah. No, I don't know if Knoxville wants me to say anything specifically or anything.
You probably shouldn't then.
But they had
Daryl, this is where you shut the fuck up, Daryl. They do. This is where you don't say
anything. They publicly tire test the shit out of everything. Like, it's public.
Yeah. They tested our tires in a new way that was really badass at our last Knoxville race that we ran.
Did they have a tire sniffing dog?
No, but it was badass.
It's not that badass then.
It was badass enough that I was like, Joe, come down to the tech barn. You're going to think this is badass. And I called him down to the tech barn.
So is it supposed to be a secret that they tech you?
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
No, I don't know.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, like they have a new way. They have a new way to do like a preemptive test.
Gotcha.
Of your tire.
Was a tease.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get it, Dustin. Like, as a major heat race winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, to be honest.
I mean, 5 out of 7, you only got, 7 more to go? I mean, you probably win 5 more heat races at least.
I mean, I sure hope so. I'm just more concerned about banging out those 9th through 12th place finishes in the future where it really matters.
Good point, Nate. Good. I believe Carson McCarl picked you to win the 360 track championship.
Yeah. Well,
he felt running the bottom would play into your hands, and you've really let him down.
Yeah, no shit.
They do send the samples in. They actually even have Blue Ridge send a report on the sample. So we actually do have.
And he sends us the reports.
Yeah, so we do know
yeah.
if the samples do get sent in, and they do.
Yeah, yeah. Every week, John McCoy sends out a email to the competitors at Knoxville, and he'll send out the test results in that email.
What did he say? Like
Good.
8? Did he say 8 per week or something?
I can't remember, but what this test does, this test lets them decide if they want to send the sample off.
Right.
It's not like this guy's got dope. It's this is a tire you want to check for dope test.
How are they picking the 8 guys?
I don't know. I thought it was heat race winners, sincerely.
No, it's not heat race winners. It's like it's after qualifying, and then they just choose a random guy in the top 5 after the main. Because they checked my tire the one night, I think when we ran 4th in the feature. They checked our tire.
Yeah.
And it took rubber that night, and they had a hard time getting a chunk out of it to take because it was.
I don't like. He's asking about the Boyles deal with the Chili Bowl tires on the Simple Green. I think it was a little deeper than Simple Green, to be honest. And if it was, I guess here's the deal. Everybody was like, "Oh, Simple Green, I'm not putting Simple Green on my tires." Like, that's not the problem. You could go spray Simple Green on your tire and go run it. You're not going to fail the tire test. When you soak your tire in Simple Green and wrap it and allow the Simple Green to get inside of your tire, that's the problem. No matter if it's Simple Green, whatever anybody uses, if you just go spray Simple Green on your tire, that's not going to, 95% of the teams wash their tires in Simple Green. So if that was the case, well, everybody fail a tire test every time. Obviously, that's not the case. The case is these guys didn't, I was just cleaning my tire. That's not it. That's a bullshit lie. It was just something to cover up with. They're soaking the tire, and that's what the issue is.
Does use that or wet grinding?
Well, wet grinding's not going to get it in either. Because if you spray it, on the surface, you wet grind it, and then they go run out there, it's already burned off. In order for a tire sample to be taken and to have an altered piece of rubber, it has to soak in the tire. It has to physically soak in the tire. And any of those labs will tell you that.
So is that but they banned all the wet grinding shit from everything we do. But I'm assuming it must not be banned from USAC because they were down in the pits at Knoxville this year, and I'm just assuming it must not be banned because it was those guys are hardcore.
Yeah, so we've had conversations in multiple series with about should we let wet grinding be okay? And from my vantage point, don't allow anybody to spray anything on the tire. You know what I'm saying? And then that way we just dry grind and that's it. Or, we go back to the older days where you can't touch the tire. Run it as is. No grooves, no sipes, no nothing. Why not make it easier on everybody? That just sounds too smart, doesn't it?
Your tire guys would hate that.
Oh, yeah, my guy would be like, God, yeah, he'd be like,
life would get so much easier.
I so want to put these tiny sipes in here that I don't think do anything, Sam. I'm sure he thinks that every time I tell him to sipe. Well, what the fuck are we doing?
Said every tire guy ever.
Yeah,
right?
These don't even do anything.
I still remember the first time Sam and I got in a fight on the road. I loved being a tire guy. I love tire work, and I'm the only guy on the planet. And I still remember Sam being like, sometimes, Daryl, I think all you want to do is be a tire guy. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Sounds awesome. Where do I sign up?
Yeah. And won't that piss you off if you're trying to make a guy kind of get on his way to start him here? Nope, I'm okay with the tire guy. I'm good. I feel comfortable right here. I don't want to change anything.
Just picture it. Sam just
I do not.
Damn it, Daryl.
I do not want to get better. I want to stay exactly where I am.
And now he calls himself a crew chief.
I don't call myself a crew chief.
It's not what Joe told me.
Joe Gertie's tire guy, isn't he?
Joe told me that you think you're the one setting the car up every night. That's what Joe said.
Yes, yeah, that sounds like Joe. Joe's the kind of guy that would. Yeah.
Daryl definitely doesn't take a lot of credit for Eldora, though.
Oh, dude.
He's like, that was, man, I don't know. You had Joe in your corner.
That was
right?
all you two guys. I was just scraping mud.
I
was mounting tires just like Joe told me.
It was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing. Like, Joe's listening to me all through qualifying.
Yeah.
And then he just stopped listening.
He just tuned out.
And apparently JJ did too. JJ did too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, me and Joe went to go get pizza burgers after qualifying, and that was it.
Yeah. And then, he wouldn't listen to me.
Look at his Joe. He tightens the tires. It must be Joe, dude. He was there.
Oh, that's good. Oh. How can y'all laugh like this? We got $55,000 on the line right now. Let's get serious.
Well, because I don't feel like I'm going to get a dime of that, Sam.
Yeah, probably
so it's
not.
Easy to take it. It's easy to take it lightly.
You should have took the old 63.
Joe just wrote only 3 tires, though.
That is true. For as much as everybody wants to give me shit for the one that fell off, like 3 of them stayed on. 75%, that's a C in school. That's a pass.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That's still good. I thought Joe didn't know how to work
this
Twitter.
This could actually be this. No, this could actually be Joe because it's from YouTube.
It feels
Joe
like
does. Joe does admit he has YouTube.
Yeah. He's probably watching Kill Tony.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Making grilled cheeses at night.
No, if that's Joe, he's just praying to God this show ends and that there's a Big Bang Theory rerun on so that he can turn us off and turn Big Bang Theory on.
He's probably better for that anyway.
That or Modern Marvels or some engineering show. He's probably building a mock bridge as we speak.
Yeah. My favorite thing, like the first day JJ met Joe, was the rain out at the season opener last year at Knoxville, and we had nothing to do, so we watched like the 1990 Knoxville Nationals. And we're like, Joe, how'd you do in this race? And he's like, oh, I don't know. It's like, you ran 6th at the Knoxville Nationals. How do you not remember?
No idea.
He just didn't remember what year it was, Daryl.
No, he's like, I ran 6th in 91 or something like that, but in 90, I don't think I was good. I was like, you ran 6th.
Oh God, I got to hear you guys' answers to this question.
Well,
that's a really good question, fella. It's a really good question.
We did a podcast last night about, and it wasn't like, I don't think it was negative on either side, but the little snarky comment, it wasn't even snarky, I don't guess, but, well, Super Dirt Cup was first, but I don't, honestly, like, we had a talk about it, and they're so far away from each other. I don't really think they interfere with the car counts at either facility. I think if they were maybe different times of the year and where you could catch like a big national contingent of drivers, in one area, I think you could probably benefit, both places could benefit, but I don't think that'll ever happen. But yeah, Dirt Cup was first. Dirt Cup has been around for a long, long time. And, that's all I really got on it. What do you got, Daryl?
My assumption is it's just where it fell in nice. My assumption, probably just where it fell nice in the Outlaw schedule. They're at Knoxville the week before. Probably just made sense.
I honestly think it works good for both.
What they were doing in the timing.
I mean, obviously, both guys would, they're spending an ass ton of money. There's no way either one of these guys are making any money off of this race. They're just badasses for putting the money up for the sport. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all we could say. I have nothing negative to say about any of it. I think it's awesome what both of them do, and like Master Gasser just said, Skagit maybe would get 2 to 5 more cars. It's such a far drive out there. So I think it's cool that they do it. Obviously, everybody wishes Skagit was like 30 hours closer, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, and I think
Husitz, I agree with Master Gassers on both sides. I think Husitz would probably get 3 to 5 more cars as well.
Yeah, for sure.
If they were at different times, but they're a long ways away to be worried about scheduling against each other. That's for
sure. And I don't even think it crossed either of their minds, to be honest. And it shouldn't. It honestly shouldn't.
Well, Skagit's just, they were always going to be where they were. And then Houston's put that big race on top of them. And it's like, man, that's
Yeah.
kind of sucks because there is a lot, there's guys that I bet would go to Skagit, like if it all worked out better. But like Daryl said, the Outlaws they're running a full on business and they only have so many off weekends to slip something in, just slip a little race in that pays $250,000.
Yeah. And the other thing I don't think people can relate to is like when Dad and I promoted our race Disaster, you're trying to like figure out like what races you're up against, and invariably you're looking at all these schedules. Like on our race, we went on the May 24th weekend, and we're looking at all these schedules, and we're like, okay, there doesn't seem to be anything in Missouri. There doesn't seem to be anything in Illinois. There's a 5,000 to win show at Houston, but that's 410, so this is more of a 360 show. And then we asked the track owner, and the track owner was like, yeah, there's nothing against us. So we ran the Friday and Saturday of Memorial Day. And then it's like the week before our race, and everyone's like, why did you book up against the Hawkett at Double X? And we're just like... So you run into that stuff all the time.
Well, Daryl, that's just bad promoting on your part. I mean, it's obvious.
Yes, incredibly, yes. When I asked the promoter from the same state that it should absolutely know, and he told me we're up against nothing, yeah.
Well, Daryl, I mean, sometimes you just got to make smarter decisions. So,
Daryl, if you could go back and do it, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just get into bed with the wrong people, Daryl.
Our whole race would have been fine if we just had track prep.
You had plenty of track prep. There was plenty of water there. That was not a problem.
Yes, thank you, Sam. Yes. Yeah, thank you. We had plenty of push trucks for the midgets, too, if you want to bring that up.
I did see the one.
Nice.
Little wheel-to-wheel action with the little push truck and a little midget action. That is when I turned off the TV. I was watching, and I actually turned it off.
It wasn't when we went to the single file.
No, it wasn't.
Original
I
start?
missed all that because after that, I said, well, I think it's time to go drink a beer. I can't handle this anymore.
I wanted to do the same thing.
And you don't even like beer.
I still remember the look that I must have been giving when I said, let's shorten this race to 30 laps. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yes! For the love of God!
Daryl probably should have went to 20, just so you know, or maybe one, because it took you 7 attempts to get a green flag lap.
I remember, Brian Brown texted us after night 1. And he's like, if I come down there, do you think the track prep will be better on night 2? And I was like, how could it be worse? And then we found out how it could be worse.
Well, Daryl,
it was just...
You shouldn't have been in the water truck. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's me. I have crashed a water truck at Sam's track before, though.
Yeah, you should have told them that.
You did a way worse crash than me, Sam.
Daryl, only the trailer went over the wall. It's fine. Everything was fine.
You cracked the wall.
It's fine.
You cracked
Daryl.
the wall.
It's fine.
We went to Volusia, and Sam and I saw this deal they had at Volusia where they put all this cement on this trailer, and they had 5 tires under it, and they packed in the track. And Sam and I are like, "That's great. We'll do that. That's an awesome idea." So Sam and his dad built one, and Sam's just rolling around, and it worked awesome. And Sam's just rolling around the one day, looks to his left, and there goes our weights exploding all over the wall.
And Lone Star Speedway's got a lot of bank, so when this trailer went down the bank, it hit the wall with a lot of thunder.
The tongue on the trailer broke. It made a hard left, and it just destroyed Sam's wall.
Obviously, our engineering was really up there on that trailer.
But that wasn't the best crash we had at Lone Star. I don't know if we have time, but Sam, can you tell them about when we built the new wall for the pits, the new fence for the pits at
the
Lone
one that
Star?
got drove through?
Yes.
Yes. It was very nice that day. So we made a wall.
You sounded like Forrest Gump.
We made a wall to expand the pit area. So we've moved all the dirt in there. We've got a big old packer. So we're driving this packer, packing it all down, getting it down, and we got another guy that said, "Hey man, we got to go to the races. You want to finish packing this thing up when we leave?" "Oh yeah," and it's just front and back, not a lot going on. He drives through the brand new fence we just put in. He said, "I saw something out of the corner of my eye." And he turned the wheel left and ran through the fence. It was just my mom driving to the track. No big deal.
Yeah. And it's the best. You could watch the Packer tracks, and they're just going straight, hard left through the wall. And before we left, Sam's like, tells his dad, "Do not let anyone drive the Packer truck." And Sam Sr.'s like, "Why would I let anyone do that? I'm the only one going to be driving it." And then
we aren't gone 30 minutes.
Remember
30 minutes.
I still remember your dad. "Are you ready for this?"
Yeah. That was it. I still get phone calls like that every day.
Well, we're getting ready for an A-main here, fellas.
It's so bright.
Where's everybody at on their time?
So bright outside.
Where's everybody at on their timing?
It's like a drone view.
Yeah, I got drone view.
Drone view. Leaders coming out of Ford.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Little Brad Sweet action.
Sweet. Hell yeah. Okay.
I am way I'm either way ahead of you guys.
We're at the flag stand, right? We just passed the flag stand. Going into turn 1.
You guys are talking about a drone. I haven't even seen it.
Going into turn 1? Where y'all at?
Are you still in the lineup, Daryl?
I'm at double file, so I'm not sure if they're double file going into a 4 wide.
Hey, you gotta
pause your
slow
shit
your shit down, Daryl.
I'm at a 4 wide.
No, we're not.
You're way ahead of us.
We're just now lining up, I believe. Pace truck coming out of 2. Is that where y'all are at?
Yes.
Kofoid's catching the pace truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're within a couple seconds of each other. We're good.
Beautiful.
We're good. Are you still screaming and cheering for the 4 wide, Daryl?
Yeah.
You need to pause.
It's a drone shot of the 4 wide.
Pause it up, Daryl. Don't be a dick.
You want to know who hates the 4 wide? My dad. Holy crap, does he hate the 4
Why?
wide?
You know what family's more full of hate than any family? The Turfords.
Everybody love everybody. I don't know what you're talking about.
God,
I mean, I don't think there's a lot of hate with the Turford family.
Although my dad...
They have so many small, most ridiculous things that are like, "Oh, that's just my biggest pet peeve." It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, kind of like B
That's
main
a
for A
badass
main.
view right there.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Exactly.
That is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Just so you know, Daryl, we're 4 wide with fireworks. FYI.
I'm double filed rolling through turn 2.
I told you to pause the shit, Daryl.
I'll handle my business here. I'll be good.
Don't be jumping out of line, Daryl.
No. I'll be making like these predictions 20 seconds ahead.
I'm sure you will.
Here we go.
You think the bottoms already came in yet?
Good.
I'm honestly feeling like Brad Sweet's about to win this.
I've only said that all night.
Yeah, but I just got that feeling, and I haven't, I just feel it right now. How far is Larson getting to?
He's probably 11th by now.
Jesus. Probably 10th or something. I don't know.
He's top 5. There's top 5, no doubt in my mind. Top 5.
Daryl, we're about to go green.
We're going.
I'm 3 laps in.
Green.
Dropping.
Rice.
That was good. Nailed it.
I'm trying.
I'm trying to not give stuff away, and I feel like I'm doing a damn good job.
Good job, Daryl. We got Buddy Kofoid out front.
Dominic
should be on any minute.
Okay.
Well, the race is almost over.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
He texted 17 minutes ago that he's trying to get the kids down, and they will not go down.
Did he actually?
But it sounds like he's dealing with some kids like I have.
Yeah. He should have gone out to the camper.
They call them kids.
Cool Corey Day's getting spicy.
There's this guy leading, but there's no way he could be leading because his series sucks.
Daryl.
You're part of the problem, Daryl. Who's that down there? Oh, Macri making trying to make the bottom go here.
So what do we got here? We got. Well, I can tell you, Larson has not cracked the top 10 9 laps in.
Well, he's not going to crack the top 10 right now.
I half expect him to be 4th.
He's in 18.
Yeah,
I didn't
18.
expect that. Oh, that was close with Buddy.
That's too close for old Buddy. Oh, Corey Day is rolling. So.
Corey Day, yeah, yes.
Like someone said earlier, we're idiots for not even talking about him.
I did pick him after you guys all picked your guys.
I feel like he came into the race with confidence, so I feel like he'd probably stand on the gas.
He does stand on the gas. He does not lack confidence.
Yeah, but it's not like Buddy plays around.
Buddy's good as hell, dude. But we'll see. Oh, man. Oh,
Holy shit.
Brian Brown clips the whiskers.
Are you guys seeing how good I'm not giving stuff away right
Daryl.
now?
Yeah, Daryl, is it fun being the one guy out of 4 that's not a part of the conversation?
It's actually annoying. I'm trying to be good about it.
Why don't you just push pause?
I'm gonna pause for a lap.
Like we told you to a long time ago.
Than during the 4 wide when it would.
I figured mine would slow its ass down, but apparently I'm a rocket ship.
You just thought they were going to make 16-second laps on yours and 14 on ours until we were even?
No, usually mine falls behind as we go on.
Austin's having a real good run.
What lap are you struggling
27
on?
to go.
My boy Reitzel's winding the top up, boys.
Yep. He's pretty strong up there.
I really got to pause it.
He runs the top like Selvage runs the bottom. Just reckless abandon.
Oh, my gosh. We're at 25 to go now, Daryl.
The track is in really good shape. Like, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I'm at 24 to go.
Corey Day's there.
So I'm going to pause it just a little bit more.
We're at 24 to go, Daryl.
About to cross the line.
23.
23.
Oh, I couldn't have lined it up any better.
Nice.
Welcome. So you got Colmacito on the top and Buddy on the bottom?
Down the back stretch with Buddy under him.
There you go. Good job, Daryl.
Thank you, guys. Someone said Tim's was hard charging, and that's
he's
not
about to
like
get
that's
lapped.
happening.
It doesn't look like there's a ton of charging of hardness happening.
We still don't have a Larson sighting in the top 10.
No, 15th.
15th.
He's not really charging all that hard either.
Well, it's still good racing.
It is really good racing.
That is the fun thing about these races when they split is like seeing how the guys stack
Hey-o. Shit.
Oh, we're definitely on the same timing.
That was close, dude.
Yeah.
How many laps was this race? 40?
40.
We're at the halfway point. Cross flags in the air.
Yeah.
When you're lapping Brent Marks, you know you got some good cars there.
Wow. Oh, man, that was tight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brent
My
Marks
gosh.
is trying to get his lap back.
He's doing something.
He's getting that lucky dog.
Oh, Tim's got his lap back. I love a good unlapping. Yellow.
Oh, that's so good.
Kofoid's moving around nicely, though.
Oh my God, dude! Tim's is having an effect on this race, baby. He's been so dominant in the Midwest, like the last 3 weeks too. He had a weekend the other day that would have been like a pretty good career for.
Yeah, no doubt.
Day just threw that in pretty hard, and he was done with.
Day was over that.
Yep.
Like the good Gary Wright told me one time. Well, Sam, it was time to go.
It was time to go. There's that dude.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow.
I would not be a good announcer, just so y'all know.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
probably wouldn't work real good.
Where's
I like your
Reitzel?
story.
We got Reitzel in third. Where is he compared to these guys? Are they just checked out?
One of my favorite
somewhat
parts of the
looks
podcast
like
is
that.
when Sam's like, "Well, it was a real nice day."
That's not good.
Wow.
Oh,
Larson is not.
We got-
charging
Okay.
hard.
He's not getting top 10 tonight.
We got an Alba mashup.
I know.
All three
Yeah.
of
That's
them.
not good.
That's
Number 9's
terrible.
brake rotor is still glowing.
Yeah. Not the
14's
best night for the 57. I've seen it have better nights.
Yes.
Sam's probably needed that like he needed a hole in his head.
Oh, man, he's having a tough go right now. Just enough to kill the top wing too. That's so irritating.
So what do you think happened here?
Oh, God,
Obviously, it
who
had to
knows?
start with the 41.
Looks like Larson spun out in front of all of them. Yeah. Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, but the 41's in kind of a weird place.
Maybe they were
He
battling.
spun out and tried to keep going and ran out of
Maybe they were
room.
battling, Daryl.
Well, there was some
That is-
battling that led to this.
That's a cluster right there.
So,
Like you
Winning,
said-
at
Tom
the
says.
time,
I hope
Macedo
so.
was in front of Larson. Randall was right behind Larson. Yeah, so this was all like... Oh, Baston was in front of both of them.
Oh, we have
We're
to have a
gonna
replay.
we'll get a drone shot of what happened, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Baston was in front of both of them.
See, that's the top up there, Dustin.
Where the
That's
where
what-
the
Yeah,
9 is,
yeah.
where the 9,
No.
that's the super top.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here comes
My nosebleed bleeds when I get up
Where
there.
are we even looking?
El Drone
I hate it.
entering spin.
No, we had contact on the bottom of 1 and 2 that
Basin
slid all the way.
Basin and
Mason
Sam's
drove
got
into
together.
Sam's.
Yeah.
Classic mix-up.
Did we
Chase
determine what
Randall
happened with
literally
Larson
was-
the other night? Did he snap the right rear axle?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
I have
side
not
wall?
heard anything
It
about
looked
it.
like that for sure. Looked like
Did you
definitely
see
a
the
broken
video of it,
axle.
Daryl?
I saw the video. It looked like it broke axle, but I'd never actually heard anything.
Yeah, and then at the
Man, that really
time,
sucks for Randall.
Danny
Tom,
Sams.
do you feel bad for falsely accusing Macedo?
No, I didn't say he did anything. I said he.
No, Tom said it's a Macedo.
No,
false accusations.
It looks like
False accusations.
it looks like Sams was already a lap down, and Basin was coming, to lap him.
Dude, this is crazy. Randall was literally.
Yeah, Sam's had to have used a provisional, right?
Yeah, so he
Yes.
was
Yeah,
he was
did.
probably getting lapped, and then I guess the 14 got in.
Got in hot.
It doesn't look like the 57's terrible. It needs a right rear tire.
No.
Right.
I mean, they're gonna have to put the qualifying wing on. But
the wing, the nose wing is skewed, or the top wing's skewed pretty bad.
That doesn't hurt him at this track. It'd be fine.
it looks like the right front wing panel might be a little messed up from it.
He's just heading in. He's in the work area.
I guarantee he is.
He's not running for points. He doesn't give a shit. He got his
Actually,
2,000.
he is. Isn't he a midweek point guy?
I
is
forget
the
the midweek
midweek money
points thing
series,
even
Daryl.
exists. Yep.
Look like a new sponsor on that nose wing too. You're
That's what I was
marketing
saying.
partner.
Yeah, it was an Albaugh sandwich there.
That's what I told these guys. I said someday later in life, when all my other family members have grandkids, I'm going to tell them about how when I was teammates with Kyle Larson.
Oh my gosh. You always have those good one-liners, JJ.
Oh, man, you gotta have it. Can't put a paragraph together. You got to be exceptional for one line
Yes.
at a time. I love that they're working.
Yeah,
on
the
it. He's not
41,
racing for points.
they
just
think they're at
let
a
him
points
back
race.
out.
They don't piss around.
I like it.
They got World of Outlaw teams.
Down goes somebody there.
All World of Outlaw teams helping them. The high limit teams are like, get the fuck out.
Rudine guy in there.
I don't see one, but I'll take your
There
word
was
for
one.
it.
I mean, he was just
I saw Roth.
he was looking. I just think this restart sets up really good for Corey Day.
it just seems like it's not really going to matter which way Buddy goes. Days seems like he's got a little more track speed.
That's what I think.
Doesn't his right rear like look pretty shined off already?
No, that's what it looks like when you actually run the top.
I guess. Get some
See how
wheel
dirty
spin happening.
See how dirty the outside of it was, Dustin?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever
Dustin
seen
comes in
mud
with
on
the
the sidewall of a tire, but that's what happens when you're in the cushion.
Well, sometimes Knoxville gets a little lippy off the bottom of two
Yeah.
there, and you can really pack a right rear.
Yeah.
Dustin has never seen like a torn up wheel cover or like a bead.
My left front
his
is
are
beat up
immaculate.
Yes.
Daryl.
He goes through a left front at night, dude.
My left front is every night.
If he runs Eldora, he's banging the fence
Yeah.
with the left front.
So has it been 3 minutes? One day at these
If you
races,
told
I
your
just want to
grandkids
put a
that,
timer.
you would be logically right.
Yeah, read what Larry said. I'm going to tell my grandkids that any car going backwards in the end was set up by Daryl.
No, only if it's late in the race. Only if it's late in the race. I like to lead the first 20 before I break my heart.
You mean 10? Let's not get carried away, Daryl.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
be
but-
realistic.
But hot laps, huh?
Huh?
Hot laps is a big deal,
I think
Daryl.
at the IRA shows hot laps
Yeah.
pay. Daryl.
Hot laps shows you were prepared.
Isn't that the Box 3 media
Good job in
deal?
the shop this week. Yeah, hot laps don't
Yeah.
pay, it says. The guy's holding like a $50 bill. Hell yeah. Chase Randall's making it back out.
Yeah, you gotta support your teammates there, JJ.
Yeah, dude. First
You
week
even
of
got
the
an
year.
Alba
Yeah,
suit
you got a
now,
suit,
don't you?
JJ.
Yep. Gotta look the part.
You even got to
Daryl.
shake his hand.
Yeah, I did. It was cool. It was pretty cool taking a picture in front of that tower with his name and stuff on it. It's pretty badass. Here
You
we
know,
go.
He's telling his grandkids about how he got to have his tower in a photo with JJ Hickle.
Probably kind of like
You see this guy
Some of
right
that
here?
stuff.
This guy? Yeah, that's JJ. It's exactly what he's saying. Sam's made her back out.
I got one of those names that's easy to remember. Yeah, a lot of that thing's.
There's
20
no way
bucks,
that's
but
20
yeah,
inches in
control.
front of the front axle.
Yeah, they're cheating. Typical High
It's
Limit.
way out
Letting you
there.
get more corruption.
More corruption. Oh boy,
I don't think we're getting rubber though.
No, it actually,
No,
they
this
did
is
a really good job.
really, really good racetrack.
Really good job.
Now, if this were Johnny Gibson, would he even acknowledge that Buddy like if Johnny Gibson were the High Limit announcer, would he even acknowledge like Buddy Kofoid right now?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. He's the leader.
Kind of hard not to.
Johnny Gibson at World of Outlaw races, there could be a High Limit race last night that the guy wins.
We
and he
get
didn't
wins.
they
that.
not
That's
mention
the
the
race.
guy
But
winning?
we're
Yeah.
talking about the actual race in front of you with the guy leading.
And I'm exaggerating on
I went on the
it.
podcast and I tried to talk about that same guy winning, and my co-host wouldn't talk about it with me either. So I get it.
Yeah,
Johnny, Daryl, they're all
Yeah.
kind of
Daryl, here you go.
Yeah.
Daryl has won every 18-lap race they've ran.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't know this, but I've got a little info for you. Daryl had the 12-lap track record at Oshwegan Speedway for a number of years.
Yes.
Yes.
Upwards of 4.
Yeah.
Upwards
Sam,
of 4.
I think we do know that because probably the first, 20 or 30 episodes that we were on, Daryl mentioned that.
And
a
hold
good
on,
half
and
dozen times.
3 straight heat race wins, and one of them not
One of
off
them?
the pole.
One of them not off the front row.
Yeah, how do you like
Hard
that?
charge that.
How do you like that? It's almost like I've known Daryl for
I
a
think
long
we should-
time or something.
Yeah.
I think
And
we
that
should
be main?
get Daryl
I
back
want-
in a car.
It needs to happen. No.
It does. We'll get
Nope.
your health in order. We'll get you in a car.
Actually, a cool thing Sam always said when I started with him was that he'd let me run a race. Like he said, he'd prep the car and let me run a race. And
He
after
showed you that in this industry, it's just a lot of dishonesty.
and then after 2 months of watching the Outlaws, After like 2 months of watching the Outlaws, I was like, there is no need for me to drive a race car. I will never be. It's true, isn't it, Sam? Here we go.
I never saw you drive a race car, Daryl.
Yeah, but after 2 months, I told you, I don't need to drive a race car.
Oh no, I don't know what you're going to do right here, buddy, but you better... Good move. Good move.
That was a good move.
He's racing smart. He might get drove around.
Oh!
Jesus, dude.
Ooh.
Here comes Reitzel. Reitzel's in the mix.
Not have anything happen.
Buddy played that. Buddy played that about as good as you could have played it. That was beautiful. That's 50.
So like I said, Brad Sweet
right
is
there.
not going to be a factor tonight.
$55,000.
Like I said,
write the check. That was beautiful.
Like I said,
beautiful
Brad
racing.
Sweet is not going to be a factor in the A main.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, I knew Brad wouldn't matter in the same.
Buddy Kofoid just drove like the perfect restart. That was beautiful. That was a masterpiece.
It was pretty gnarly into two there when they earned a 3 when they.
He just earned him $55,000 right there.
Are they going to get to lap traffic?
Barely. It ain't going to be long enough for him to get
7
beat.
to go?
Yeah, he'll barely catch it, but it ain't going to be long enough for him to get beat. Day is reeling him in, but
just so you guys know, Larson isn't in the top 10 yet.
yeah, and Day is making some hay right now.
Day's
Holy!
He's not happy.
I don't think he should have done.
Boy.
I don't think he should have done that.
Oh
No. It was
Yeah.
a lap or two early, but
He's got so much speed. He's going to catch him again.
Right now.
Oh!
That wasn't good.
Wow,
He wanted it.
that
No,
was extreme.
He wanted it.
no, that wasn't
So
ideal.
hard. He's so epic to watch, though.
I was gonna say maybe if he'd have driven harder.
Jesus, not even possible. Wow.
Because I feel like he was going to have another big shot at him too coming in.
Oh, he was already rolled
as
back in.
As a B main track record holder, I do feel like he pulled that a little early.
What would you have done different, Daryl?
I would have just waited a little before pulling the trigger myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this shit's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Daryl, you should have just said
Man, that was impressive.
maybe stay off the back straightaway wall to begin with. Would have been a good start.
Yeah. I used to call JJ after races and simply tell him what I would have done was just win the race rather than
he'd send me a text. You just needed to win.
That's great insight, Daryl.
Yeah.
That's what my guys tell me. Just go faster.
Yeah.
Very John Madden.
And what's your comeback to that?
Very simple.
What's your comeback to that?
I don't have much.
Yeah.
Can't go past wide open.
Yeah.
That's what you
Tell me, hey man,
Yeah.
give me some more throttle. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
Quit holding me back.
So yeah, that was
I did not.
I feel like it's going to be a snooze fest now.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think Reitzel's going to have a shot at it. To be honest.
Yeah. He's going to wind up the top.
I would love
just
to
like
hear
that.
this interview right now.
Yeah, me too.
He had a
honestly.
little smile
I
on
don't
his
know
face.
why you guys.
Just
I don't know.
absolutely giving her hell.
Yeah, JJ, we need the interview.
No, I can't.
You can't. Yeah, you can't comment on this. Oh, and I am wrong. You're right. Macri did have the bottom rolling pretty good there. But I think with a guy like Macri restarting in P2, it looks like he's been coming on the bottom. I think Kofoid will just get back out top and roll.
Selvage is doing some trackside reporting for us. We got boots on the ground here.
Boots on the ground.
He was going all out for $55,000. He thinks there was an issue with the front end after the contact with Buddy. His wheels were not turning as far left as they were previous in the race.
Makes sense.
Right, knocked his drag link out.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna take. Yeah.
There you go. I wasn't lifting. It was 55,000. I don't think I'm not mad
Does
at it.
anyone think he'd have been lifting for 5,000?
No.
Which is
He'd race for
just
popcorn like that.
It's just as respectful.
I mean, I've seen
love
guys
it.
race hard at go-kart tracks like that before for a trophy, so.
Yeah, that one would have been interesting from the cockpit.
Yeah, not ideal.
That kind of reminds me of your crash at Lima Land, but doesn't remind me of it.
Man, for
What?
as bad as that crash looked like it was going to be, the way he hit the fence and everything gave seemed like it was a pretty much best case.
Yeah,
scenario.
it honestly was better for him that way that it landed.
And also not hitting trees.
Like not hitting trees, not having to keep flipping. Like it just slowed everything down and kind of like, but it didn't just stop him. It just kind of absorbed it.
What's Jason Myers like as a car owner? Does Corey get his ass chewed for that, or
I
no?
would highly doubt it.
Doubt it.
No, but I feel like he'd do an effective, well thought out, make you feel like shit.
Yeah, it's not that I'm mad. I'm just disappointed because you're so much faster.
You know, no, I understand you.
You're like you're the dad
for...
that never was a dad. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's no. I can see it. Like, no, Corey, I understand why you wrecked this $35,000 race car to win $55,000. I can see the. I can totally see like Myers doing it like that, where it's like, well, maybe
I don't think anything.
He would
like
not
that.
trash him.
I don't think he's trashing.
No,
at
he's
all.
just really. No, he's just really smart, and he would handle it super intelligently, whatever that way is.
I think he's gonna we had a shot at it. You took a shot. We'll get him next time.
Yeah.
His dad will probably chew his ass based on a couple of those clips from the Flow documentary.
For sure.
Yeah.
You mean from the Drivers Project interview where he said they argued a lot, Dustin? Thank you very much.
Well, I watched that, yes. But we witnessed it. What was before they got in the fight with Sanders? Ronnie was up his ass.
No, it was after the fight. Like, Ronnie got in the fight with Sanders. They were all swinging and shit. And then goes back to Corey, and he's like, you need to get your head out of your ass.
Yeah.
Like, first thing. It's
we're interviewing Ronnie.
That's good dadding right there. I'll fight for you, then I'll fight you.
We're interviewing Ronnie tomorrow for the Skagit thing.
Nice.
That's pretty good hype for it, Daryl, the Skagit thing.
Yeah, we literally just did a podcast
for the build up to Dirt Cup.
Super Dirt Cup, Daryl.
For the build up
Dirt Cup.
It's all right.
$100,000, Daryl.
That we're in Canada.
You can take away $112,000.
Oh, Macri. Yeah. Oh, Macri, can he steal this one?
I don't think so. He's running the bottom, and I think Buddy's going to protect the bottom again on the restart.
I think Macri's more than willing to go to the top and build some speed here, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's not willing to. I just don't think he's going to run the top as hard as Dave was running it. So I don't think he's going to make as much speed. I think it'd be badass if Macri did win, though.
It would be. Where did he start? He was in the dash, I guess.
Yeah, he drew a 35.
He was in the fourth row, I think.
Yeah.
Larry just said I raced that hard in hot laps. Larry, you're not wrong.
Yes, he spun out twice the last time he tried to race. Oh, he took off on the top that time. Oh, he's just ripping it, huh?
This is...
No. Oh, shit.
That was not
what
I thought was going to happen.
You got to slide there, though, Macri.
Macri's been ripping on the bottom, though.
I think this corner is pretty important.
Yeah. The momentum's going to eat him up. I'd say it's over, huh?
Pretty close.
But there's no way because the Outlaws suck.
And so
there's no
obviously
way.
The posse sucks
there's
too.
no way. Yeah, there's no way non-high limit cars just ran 1-2 at a 55,000 to win race. Because all I've heard all week is the Outlaws suck. I have a guy
which is actually a crazy take because the high limit guys got beat by the random guy at their big race.
Also, it's like every time a high limit guy does well in an Outlaw show, I have the same guy on Twitter telling me, "Told you they're better." It's like, I don't think I'm going to hear from him now.
Daryl, you can't read what the same guy says every
Yeah.
time and think that's
He literally says it to Daryl Turford's account, not even the Drivers Project.
Maybe he doesn't like you,
This guy's
Daryl.
living rent free in your life.
He's allowed to not like me, but I want to hear him now. What now? I can't hear you from all the money Buddy just won in my ear.
Yeah, whose pick was that?
Hell yeah,
Whose
buddy.
pick was that?
At the start of the night.
You had a feeling about Brad Sweet, so nobody ended up picking
That was
him.
that's
yeah,
my guy,
I believe
man.
You had a deep feeling about Brad Sweet that just made you jump away.
Do you know how many
I'm
times
pretty sure.
You know how many times on this show I picked the guy? I picked the guy more times than all of you bastards have.
I literally said Kofoid and Sweet in
actually.
time trials.
Daryl.
Did I say Kofoid and Sweet in time
Who
trials?
picked the race winner?
Like, what did I tell
Who picked the race winner, Daryl? That's what I need to know.
Me after time trials.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
And
what
like
the hell
I
just
said,
happened, dude? What happened to that tech guy right there? I'm going back 10 seconds. He almost fell down or what? Oh, he falls on the cone. Yeah.
you're such a bully.
Oh.
JJ, we're gonna need top 3 interviews here.
Yes,
no,
I can't wait.
No,
This show's over.
you need three interviews here. You got to give me a spicy Outlaws just beating the High Limit interview.
Man,
from
and
Kofoid.
I so wish I could hear this Whiskey Myers music right now because it's so catchy.
I love that song. I like that song.
I hate it.
I
You
think it's
missed
awesome.
all night, Sam. It's been Rico's playlist.
Kiss my wife, going to work, gonna have a good night. It's awesome.
That's bad that you actually know the words. I don't even know the words. It's just it's so bad to me. I just don't listen to it. Typical JJ.
Now
such
Kofoid's going to give the most. Kofoid's going to give. Kofoid's going to give the most classy professional interview, but JJ, we need your version of it.
Oh man.
Here it goes. Well, High Limit. They ain't got shit on us.
Is he already interviewing in yours?
Oh, he's up on the wing, boys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, 55 grand, dude.
Normally, he doesn't have a pulse in his Outlaw wins.
He's a pretty calm guy.
Yeah, and this will be totally professional, but we need your version, JJ.
Glad we could just represent the Outlaws like this. These guys, they talk a lot of smack. They put up a lot of money. They come to a lot of our races, and we're glad to take a little bit of money away from those guys. I crashed my ass off here last year in hot laps, so this place owed me one, and I came back here and I took it.
It's
God
the flip
bless
guy.
America.
Did you guys catch that?
What's
The
that?
one guy? Oh, yeah.
Right there in the green.
His name's Jim.
Old Jim.
Jim Valuick or something, because he's always in my suggested friends on Facebook, which really creeps me out. I get done watching the race and he's staring like that, and then on Facebook, it's like people you may know, just same guy.
They saw. How long before Buddy's a champion?
Man, he's talking for a long time. I never would have been able to do that.
I don't know. That's a really good question, Daryl.
It really is. I've said for a while now, I feel like he's going to be the next multi-time champion in the Outlaws when he goes on his little run.
What I think's really good about him,
it's for a couple years.
What I think's really good about him is, you look at last year, he started off and kind of had a little bullshit going on with gravel early in the year, and dude, I feel like he cleaned up everything at the end of the year last year. And then coming into this 100%. Year, I felt I know he had a little, he pissed off Shoehart earlier in the year, but I truly think he's cleaned up a lot, and he's not putting himself in very bad positions very often. I think he's matured a lot, and the level he's racing at right now, there's not a lot of guys that can do what he can do. I mean, gravel's, obviously on another level right now, but you can't beat Father Time.
And then old Macri.
Yeah, it's a badass run for Macri.
Impressive.
It's good for him.
Yeah, it is.
How long are they out? How long?
Well, I'm sure through Houston.
They left Pennsylvania. When are they coming back? Do you figure?
Man, there's a lot of racing these next few months. I mean, I don't even know if I'd go back. Are they going to PA Speed? Probably PA Speed Week. I'm sure they'd go back, wouldn't you think?
I would think so. Yeah, I'd think so. It's too good for a racer to turn down.
What's this week? Ohio Speed Week, or excuse me, next week?
This is Ohio Speed Week's coming up. I think it's the same time as Huset's.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I guess it would start this weekend and end next weekend. That's a fun deal.
9 races, 9 days. I see
Badass.
Dietrich posted that.
I never used to like Tony Laporta, and I think he's
awesome.
I think he's badass. I really do.
He's
like
we did a pod.
Yeah,
I remember me and Dominic liked him, and you and Sam didn't.
Yeah,
like him.
But now
and to beat Sam to it, when we were at Chili Bowl, I saw him and I pulled him aside and I said, "Dude, I used to not be able to stand you, and now I think you're great."
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like my wife's like, he's really good. Like he's really good. He's so entertaining. I said, honestly, yeah, he is. It took me a while to.
She's like, why don't your arms look like his?
Well, that's because I don't probably eat as many cheeseburgers as him, and I don't lift near as many weights as he does.
I feel like he could also be Sam's brother.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Buddy can barely lift the trophy over his head. He's like, Jesus, what is this, a lead eagle? He's not even going to be able to carry the $55,000 in cash into the bank. He's going to have to drag the backpack behind him. So awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
it is impressive. Like, Buddy's always been one of those guys that impresses me. Like, when it's easy for you, like I just don't think it's mentally fatiguing for him.
He's barely fucking sweating.
He's not a muscular guy. But like driving these cars is a physical thing, and like that he never fatigues. Like, and he's got his arms are the size of your goddamn pinky, Sam. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's a small dude, and he's got like he never falters
he's a tiny.
Anything, and it's just
he's a tiny guy. There's no doubt.
I'd say the same thing about Larson.
Yeah, exactly. Like people talk about Rico's a small statured guy, but Rico's got some muscle.
He's
a chiseled little beast. Yeah, he's a beast, dude.
Sam Shelley has said twice now that your son needs her children's book. I'm guessing it's called I Farted.
It might be.
I Farted.
Well, shoot the link to Daryl, and we'll figure it out. Try to get a book there for him.
Tyler says, shout out Gasm Golden Ticket. Gasm's never going away.
No.
Even Dustin knows what we're talking about. Dustin's a listener. He just proved it.
Like, look at the look on Macri's face right now. It looks like he just got off the Gasm.
Oh my God.
He's wore out, man.
But that's what I mean. Macri's twice as stout as Buddy.
Macri's a pretty solid. Macri's a pretty solid guy.
That's what.
And apparently a fast runner.
Low-key, yeah. Yes, I was just gonna say he's low key the fastest runner you would not expect to be fast. That was my biggest takeaway from the Front Row Challenge foot race is Anthony Macri is so much faster than he looks. Kyle Larson was slow.
I really wish Macri would be comfortable enough to show his real personality in interviews.
Honestly, I think he's getting
fun
there.
as hell to talk.
He's getting there. Have you seen some of his like shirt videos and stuff? Him and his girlfriend have been doing.
I saw one interview.
He's coming out of the show a little bit.
There you go.
He's coming out.
Is he a little bit of a loose cannon that's super reserved, or what?
Yeah,
he's pretty hilarious. He's pretty hilarious to talk to when he's comfortable.
I was in PA. Yeah. We went to the bar with him one night. He's a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have 730 people watching.
That's it.
I did a piss poor job this time.
Yeah, Daryl, I told you we've got to get a better.
What we have last
director
time? I
of
feel
operations
like 700. You shouldn't say that's it, dude. That's pretty decent.
I think we were at 1,000 last time.
Yeah, 1,100 or something. Yeah, I think 1,100. I think is the number that rings in my head.
I think we were up about 900, and then Dustin signed in.
That ain't no
So
shit.
this is full.
Who signed in is what most people are probably saying.
Yeah.
This is full
The
points
shocker.
for
Is that the
right.
Yeah, I believe so. Full points for the full high limit, the
they're like
season long thing.
is that the guy that led some laps at the 360 Nationals one time?
Let's see here.
One time, I'm surprised he didn't say the exact year and how many laps he led and who passed him.
I feel like it was 2010. Am I good on that one, Dustin?
That is correct. I don't. You are incorrect. I never led a lap.
Did you run top 5 though?
I ran 4th. Yes.
Yeah. I thought you did lead a lap, so I'm wrong on that.
Started on the front row, so I can see why you would think
That's
that.
where you got that idea.
Yep.
And you just couldn't handle Shane?
No. Shane and the Rockstar with Silva. Yeah, a little bit faster than me.
Plus, you had that shit on your wing.
Yeah.
So what? Let's hear the Aaron interview here, JJ, because I feel like you can work with this.
Well, I was really hoping to win 55 grand and everybody that booed me out of the stadium here and shove a bunch more money in my ears, but we'll take however much third pays and move on to the next one.
You have anything you'd like to add to the end of that interview?
Oh, well, Aaron Reitzel would absolutely say, God bless America.
Oh, that's too good.
Oh my gosh. All right, dude, I want dinner.
I think we're good.
You haven't ate dinner yet, JJ? It's going on 10
Yeah,
o'clock.
dude, what are you doing?
It started at 6:30, dude.
He's got to find a goulash place that's still open.
Oh,
So eat at 6:15.
I do like a good goulash.
Take a mid-show shit. You're ready to rock.
Maybe a nice gyro.
Yeah, I like all those things, but those aren't on my. Like, I'm probably gonna go make some fried eggs and some Canadian bacon.
You're healthy, aren't you?
Dustin hates that. Yeah, I sat at a fire with him, and I had a lunch pail, and I pulled out like an orange and a bell pepper, and he just was looking at me like it was insane, like I was holding a grenade. He's like, "What
3
is that?
a.m. on
What
a
are you
Saturday
doing with that
night,
healthy
and he's
shit?"
counting calories.
That's what I had, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
All right, boys. Show. I was happy about it. Thought it was good.
Talk to you later, fellas.
Thanks for having me,
that's
boys.
Insane. Look at what this guy just posted.
Goddamn pleasure.
June 21st, Fatal 4-Way. 250 to win at Huset's, 100K at Skagit, 26 at Atomic, and 10K at Lincoln. So that's God bless America right there.
That's distributed money very well to different competitors. I like that.
To different parts of the country, too. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, fellas,
see you, fellas.
Talk to you later.
Peace out.